Yo, it's JDI Vance. Me got baby face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US obey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Me got baby face, me got big cheer. Trump bad, Trump good, me no care. Me write big book, kill billies and stuff. Now me important, we're tired tough. Me go Yale school, me learn big word. Now me forget everything me heard. Silicon people give me job, me take. Now me like Trump, me make no mistake. Yo, it's JD Advance. Me fight walk folk, me say never die. Me protect kids, me born liberal. Him, them, there. America simple, only two gender. Me face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US survey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face.
Too many gender for my agenda. Went on a bender, execo the sender. Might take Panama just like na. Might take Gaza, pop then a plaza.
Vance, witness my majesty.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Thursday. It's JD Advanced. That is an awesome intro. I don't care what anybody says. It is awesome. And like I said, eventually I'll do another intro, but every time it's time for the intro, I'm like, I just want to play JD Advanced. Why wouldn't I play it? By the way, I noticed that the ats are back in the chat, which sucks. So yeah, there it is. The at names are back in the chat. They disappeared for a while. Now they're back. So here we go. That kind of sucks, actually. I really can't stand that. We had them for a little while. Then they changed, but then other channels still had them. Now we've got them back. I don't know. It's really annoying. So, that intro is as good as the Miami Dolphins this year. That is brutal. Nothing is as bad as the Dolphins this year. Nothing. But anyway, how's everybody doing today? I gotta admit, I've had a miserable day. Miserable is an understatement, but at least I can get in here and get called gay and retarded by thousands of people to take my mind off of going to the doctor. Yeah, it sucks. So it's nothing like, it's not a big deal, at least I don't think, but I'm a paranoid person and I hate going to the doctor. And I had to go to the dermatologist. So little backstory here. About 10 years ago, I had melanoma. And I had to go through that whole biopsy and testing and all of that shit. It was a miserable month-long process, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it sounds. But anytime that happens, you're supposed to get checked and all that. And I just actively avoid going to the doctor. I fucking hate going to the doctor. I will find any reason why not to go. And so I had to go today, and they took a couple of minor spots off of my back. And now I'm like fucking paranoid, thinking I'm going to die. And it takes 2 weeks to get the results back. So now I'm fucking paranoid. And I have, my back is all like patched up. I have like, yeah, I've got like gauze and tape all at my back, and it fucking sucks. So, yeah, now I'm worried I'm going to die. So I'd rather just get called gay and retarded. But with that said, make sure you go get checked. I think that that's something everybody, like, I am stubborn when it comes to this stuff. I am stubborn. I can't stand this type of stuff. So, but either way, what's most important is Alex Says CobraCast gets more live viewers and super chats. And what is that in reference to? That is in reference to Alex. He has a tweet right here that I retweeted. And he said right here, watching a top conservative YouTuber with over 3 million subs, and he has less people watching him than those who watch D-Day Cobra. Snake Pit reigns supreme. Hail CobraCast 199, IDOTs, and this dude doesn't even read super chats, even though he only had one. And so, of course, I said, send me your super chats. I'll read them, most of them badly. So I don't want to say the name that he's talking about. I don't want to mention Officer Brandon Tatum's name. I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to throw shade at Officer Brandon Tatum. We don't want to mention that that's who he's talking about. So, but thank you, Alex. I appreciate it, brother. Hail to you. Like I said, I've been on Brandon Tatum's show one time, and I don't think he knows who the hell I am. I don't think he knows who I am, and we'll see though. But thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. Ladybug says a Mossad agent unit for unit 199 checking in. Thank you so much. Jake the Movie Geek says, what's your take on the future of the DC universe and James Gunn? This is Jake the Movie Geek's way of making me talk more pop culture. And you may think that I'm just making that up. No. This is my quote tweet of our Geeks and Gamers article. And Jake the Movie Geek says, make a video about it instead of a post. So I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is his subliminal way of getting me to make more pop culture videos. And I respect that. But my take on it is that James Gunn is the absolute worst person for the position he is in running the DC universe. I think James Gunn has a very, very short time in that position. I think that he will not be around in another year, and he should be fired immediately. And not only should he be fired, they should take his contract and not pay him and refund everybody that watched Superman 2025. Because Superman 2025 was a disaster, and WB should just refund everybody that paid to see that movie, because that's how bad it was. Fuck that movie. It's a disaster. It's the worst Superman movie I've ever seen. Can't stand it. But I'll talk more about that on Geeks and Gamers for sure. Little Jim's Halo says Irina Killer been charged federally. Yeah, I saw that. Tree Bear says JD Advanced, huh? If only someone had made something JD Advanced themed. That would be cool, huh? Hail the 199. All right, Tree Bear, what do you got? Hang on. Tree Bear, what has Tree Bear got over here? Do you have something? Did I miss something? Oh, no. I know what you're talking about. Hang on. I know what you're talking about. I've had so much shit sent to me. Check these out from Tree Bear. Hang on. I got to find them. Tree Bear sent me so much shit. Thank you for the reminder, though, brother. Right here. Check this out. This is freaking cool as shit. Look at this from Tree Bear. Look at that. Look at that. IDOT Advanced. IDOT Advanced in the house. Let's freaking go. That's pretty awesome. That's seriously awesome. And dude, like, he has sent me so much stuff. He's even got Trump at he got an IDOT Trump. So man, again, that's why, like, you gotta go over to Ripasend, okay, and get the IDOT 199 shirt. In fact, this is so awesome. Guess who made an ad for our new merch? The one and only Drunk 3PO.
Geeks and Gamers fans, this one's for you. Rep your fandom with our brand new merch drop, featuring limited edition shirts and an all-new hat that's built for true IDOTs. These won't last long, so grab yours now at ripasend.com before they're gone. Hail the 199.
Let's go. Drunk 3PO, edited by Krista. There it is right there. So good stuff right there. Thank you, Tree Bear. I appreciate it. Okay, we got news to get to. This story with the NBA is crazy. I mean, absolutely insane. National Basketball Association, this illegal gambling situation. We got a lot to talk about on this one. So first, let's go over to Fox News and let's listen to this report right here. This was crazy. All right. This is wild.
18 past the hour now, and some breaking news on this story in the NBA. Watch this now. It's still developing. It's our understanding that there are arrests being made actively as we speak. This is rocking the league. The FBI arresting a coach in Portland, as well as current and former players. We expect to learn more 40 minutes from now with a news conference from the FBI. Nate Foy's live in Brooklyn, where that news conference will take place. And Nate, good morning to you. What do we know so far? Hello.
Hey, Bill, good morning. Yeah, all eyes will be on that news conference at the top of the hour, as right now we're learning at least 31 people with sports ties and mafia ties so far have been arrested as part of an FBI investigation into illegal sports betting in the NBA and also an illegal poker scheme. Now, the big name coach and player, Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups, as well as a lesser-known player and coach, Damon Jones, so far the three names that we know, but we'll start with Rozier. This comes after an investigation was reported by the Wall Street Journal into him, a federal investigation back in January that looked into a game back when he played for the Charlotte Hornets in 2023, where there was strange betting patterns that emerged in a game where he left early, Bill, after playing only 10 minutes with a foot injury, and there were a lot of bets on the under for his points, rebounds, and assists. So that has been reported in the investigation into Rozier. We'll learn more at 10 o'clock about the details with him. Chauncey Billups is a bit of a different case at this point, Bill. From our information, he is allegedly involved in a poker.
Isn't he a Hall of Famer? I'm pretty sure Chauncey Billups is a Hall of Famer, I think. And now he's currently a coach in the NBA.
Scheme with the American Italian Mafia, and then Damon Jones is a former NBA player and coach as well, arrested, and this is all related to the same investigation that ultimately landed a lifetime ban for Jonte Porter, a former player for the Toronto Raptors, who admitted to altering his performance in games so that other people could make money off of prop bets for his performance in those games. Now, the NBA investigated Rozier, and he was cleared as part of the NBA investigation, which explains why yesterday he was active for the Heat's game against the Orlando Magic. He did not play because of a coach's decision, but the federal investigation has been ongoing in the background, and we are certainly expecting, and sports fans everywhere who are concerned about the integrity of the game are really looking forward to this news conference.
Now, what's interesting here, and this is where my whole angle on this is, okay? Because I don't live in a fairy tale world where professional sports is just this most pure sense of, athletes competing with each other. Like, professional sports is a multi-billion-dollar business, okay? And there's a lot of shady shit that's going on. And there always has been a lot of shady shit that's been going on in professional sports. And if you don't think that, you are living in fantasy land, okay? But I don't really care. I don't care what type of shady shit's going on. Doesn't matter to me. What does matter to me is that this is a league full of pieces of fucking shit like this that have virtue signaled and told everyone in America that you're all racist and you're all sexist and you need to do more to stop all the racism. That's where I draw the line at going, those that preach the loudest have the most to hide. They have hijacked this league with social justice propaganda and bullshit. That's where I look at it and go, I don't have any sympathy for any of you pieces of shit that have gotten caught up in this, because you tried to attack everyday Americans. You tried to virtue signal. You tried to preach and pretend that you're holier than thou. But in all reality, you were just trying to cover up for how shitty you really were. Those that preach the loudest have the most to hide. So I have no sympathy for any of these clowns getting caught up in any of this. But there is much more to this story, and we're going to get further into it.
To learn everything that we can. The NBA Commissioner Adam Silver certainly has quite a mess here on his hands, but FBI Director Kash Patel...
It couldn't have happened to a worse person. Adam Silver is a beta cuck. And the fact that he has to deal with this now is perfection.
Joe Nacella, the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York, will be leading this news conference at 10, and we'll bring it here live, Bill. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Nate, thanks. Come back with more information when you get it. Just want to point one thing out. A prop bet is somewhat new. That's not when you bet a team to win or lose. It's when you bet on a single player to perform. Perhaps points, bet at more points or less points, and that seems to be at the heart of a lot of this right now. Nate, thanks for that. Dana's got more right now.
And Michelle Tafoya, former NFL sideline reporter. She also covered Chauncey in the NBA, and Donna Ratuna. She is a Fox News contributor, and it's great to have you both. Michelle, could I start with you just to set the stage for us, because this is all breaking news and it might be kind of confusing.
So let them give a little more recap, but it's going to get so much more interesting as we get further into this story, because I got a couple of clips that are so funny. Dracon says, YouTube won't let me troll you anymore via super chat. Put it in the chat. I don't know why. I can do it there. Really? You just got to get cute with the words, man. That's what Drinky Crow always does. You know, he always just got, he always, that's why it's hard for me to read half the shit that he sends me.
Confusing for a lot of people, especially if there are different charges for different types of gambling, all in this one fell swoop.
I was shocked about Chauncey Billups having covered him as both a player and a coach, but his gambling accusation, as Nate mentioned, has to do with poker. So it's totally unrelated to the game. At least it seems so at this point. But as for the players Bill mentioned, at these prop bets, these are easily manipulated. And there was a guy on Twitter, on X now, who posted about that game in 2023 regarding Rozier, that got lucky that I was fed some inside info that Rozier was leaving in the first or second quarter so that his unders would hit. So these players who want to help out a buddy or affect, somebody's income can make a call and say, look, I'm not going to play that long. And they can manipulate how these bets come out. Now,
here's what's interesting about this, okay? Because as per usual, all roads lead back to Orange Man Bad. Every single time. Orange Man Bad, Orange Man Bad, Orange Man Bad. Stephen A. Smith has one of the most ridiculous takes I have ever heard. This is like peak TDS right here, dude. Like, this is next level TDS, what he says right here. Now, let me make you understand, based on the information we have, this investigation started years ago. This investigation started years ago from what we understand, okay? But that doesn't matter with TDS. Listen to what Stephen A. Smith says on First Take today.
How many times, for one incident after another, have I said, Trump is coming? He's coming. I'm going to say it on national television again. Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hearing ICE is going to be there, looking to engage in mass deportations. The Super Bowl, disrupting things. Big night for the NBA. Wembanyama put on a show. That has now been smeared because we're talking about this story, okay? Remember, Trump has a long, long history connected to the world of sports because he had those casinos. Where do you think folks were coming half the time? I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the culture. When people want to go to a casino, when people want to gamble, when people want to party, or whatever the case may be, This was his kind of connection to that. Why am I glad you're here, Monica? Because don't be surprised if the WNBA is next on his
What?
list. Because when you've got all of these protests that have been going out there and people that have been protesting against him and what have you, this man is coming. He's coming. And I've been saying it for a long time. And to me, this is the latest nugget of evidence that we're talking about right here. That's not to question the legitimacy of the case. We don't know. We're all sitting up here and we're saying that we don't know. But anybody that has been around him, anybody that has talked to him, anybody that has seen his reactions from the sports leagues and the positions that people have taken, they are not surprised at what's going on today. I'm watching a press conference with the director of the FBI. Tell me when we've seen that. We've seen people, we've seen accusations before. We've seen athletes get in trouble with the law before. You don't see the director of the FBI having a press conference. It's not coincidental. It's not an accident. It's a statement. And it's a warning that more is coming. And that's what they're saying here. And everybody better, I'm just telling you, it's as serious as it gets. This ain't the platform for me to get into it the way I'm going to get into it. But I've been saying he's coming.
What's that, Stephen A?
I'm going to come.
He's coming because in his eyes, folks try to throw him in jail. In his eyes, he's innocent. They try to put me behind bars. I'm getting everybody. He's not playing. And so this, in a lot of people's eyes, talk to people in the NBA, talk to people in the NFL, talk to people in the world of sports. They think this is like the tip of the iceberg. These are the kind of words that are coming out of people's mouths. It's not a surprise. It's very disheartening. It's very concerning. We don't know where this is going to go, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. Everybody's better brace themselves because he's coming.
I'm going to come.
What planet do these people live in? Listen to how they talk about him. People that hate Trump are bigger fans of Trump than someone like me. Listen to how Stephen A. is like, he's coming. He's coming. He's after them. It's like, what are you talking about? What? This investigation started before Trump got in office again. The fuck is wrong with you? And not only that, dude, Stephen A. doubles down again on his own show. He says it again. Listen to the insanity.
This is about the integrity of the league. This is about impugning their integrity. This is about making things a bit messy and inconvenient. And whoever has to suffer, so be it. And why? Because people came after him. I've said before, vengeance, retribution. The man ain't playing.
It's like he's Batman. Like, again, listen to how I talk about Trump, and I'm very complimentary of Trump. I talk about how Trump is a charisma machine. I laugh at how he messes up words. We laugh at how when he answers the question about the Bible, and he's like, probably equal. Like, we laugh at him because he's so funny and entertaining, but he's also very smart and very methodical. All these things are true. I have self-awareness when I'm talking about Trump. Stephen A. Smith is talking about Trump like he's a fucking Terminator. It's crazy.
And this is not me casting aspersions, making judgment, or doing anything on anybody's side. I'm just telling you what I know. The man ain't playing. The National Football League decides to elect Bad Bunny as its halftime entertainment. And shortly thereafter, we saw the Department of Homeland Security saying they have every intention of attending the Super Bowl, of being at the Super Bowl, outside the Super Bowl in Santa Clara, where they will be waiting for people trying to come to the Super Bowl, looking to engage in detainment and ultimately mass deportation. You got rumors in the hip hop industry and the music industry where Bad Bunny is telling his folks, because he's from Puerto Rico, don't bother coming with me.
Yeah, if you're an illegal fucking immigrant, don't show up. That's a good thing. How are we turning that into a bad thing? That's a good thing. Yes, we all support that. It's what we voted for.
Because he don't want them to cause he don't want to cause them any problems. Trump knows this, don't care. You got the NBA now with this on immediately following opening night. It's not like some superstar was named in all of this, y'all. This is Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier.
Okay, first of all, Chauncey is a head coach in the NBA. Are you now diminishing a Hall of Famer and a fucking head coach for the NBA being implicated? What?
But it didn't stop them from having a press conference at 10 a.m. to make sure that ABC had it, and First Take had it, and the sports world had it, to let you know what's coming down the pike, because he's coming.
He's coming. He's coming.
I'm going to come.
And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. It wouldn't surprise me at all if the WNBA is next.
Based on what? Like, what do you think he's going to do? What do you think Trump's going to do to the WNBA? You think the WNBA is even important enough for Trump to worry about? More people are watching my stream right now than show up to a WNBA game.
Protest, verbiage, we ain't judging. Let me be very, very clear. We're not saying that folks don't have a right to protest. We're not saying that everybody needs to be agreeable with him. We're not saying that you got to co-sign everything he wants to do ideologically and beyond. That's not what we're saying. What I'm saying to you is that being entrenched in this political stratosphere that we're living in now, it's not the policy stuff. It's when folks call him a felon. It's when folks wanted to put him in jail. It's what he perceives as an absolute abuse of power for him playing a game and mastering a game that the police.
Somebody in the chat just said, hang on. Let's see. Where's it at? In between stopping wars, Trump always catches WNBA games.
Political apparatus have been playing for decades, but you tried to lock him up for the rest of his life. I'm telling you what has been told to me personally by people who have spoken to him. He's coming.
By people who have spoken to him. By people who have talked to him.
Me personally. By people who have spoken to him. He's coming.
I'm going to come.
He's not playing. Folks thought it was going to stop at John Bolton, his former national security advisor, or Letitia James, the New Jersey.
You mean people that have committed crimes? You mean people that have committed crimes? Like, what are we doing? What world is this dude living in right now, man?
New York Attorney General, or Jack Smith, one of the prosecutors that went after him, or somebody like that, or James Comey, the former FBI director. That's politics. He's not stopping there. He's not stopping. He's coming. And oh, by the way,
I know it's funny to like meme on this, but at the same time, like, let's be real. Let's be real, because there is a comedic element to what Stephen A. Smith is saying. There's also an incredibly dangerous element, because this type of nonsense, this is what puts targets out there. When people hear that Donald Trump is coming for the hip hop industry, when they are told that Trump is coming for the NBA to destroy it, when they're told that he's coming for the WNBA, when they're told that he's coming for all of these industries without any context to what is actually, because first of all, this is all bullshit, by the way. Like, ICE would have been at the Super Bowl no matter who the fuck the performer was. But because Bad Bunny brings the immigrant element, the mainstream media wants to take a report that is completely isolated from Bad Bunny, and then they want to merge those two things to create a narrative, and then stupid people like Stephen A. Smith run with said narrative because he's too dumb to do the slightest bit of research. But doing stuff like this gets a lot of mentally unhinged people more unhinged.
It's going to be worse this year. Why? Because he understands that there's a possibility he might lose the midterms. And that the power that he can wield now, having the support of those in the House and the Senate on Capitol Hill, might not be something he enjoys after the 2026 midterm elections. This is a sports show. We're talking sports. I'm talking.
Did you hear his voice? He's so scared right now.
26 midterm election.
We're talking sports.
This is a sports show. We're talking sports. I'm talking about the NFL. I'm talking about the NBA. I'm talking about the WNBA. He's coming. He's coming. Whole kneeling with the protest. Whole locking of arms. In his eyes, folks abused power and cost him the election in 2020. One that he swears was rigged. And he's on the loose.
He's on the loose? What?
This is what's going on right now.
I'm going to come.
Stephen A. Smith, everybody. So, like I said, people like this have a higher opinion of Trump than even me. They think he is some mythical creature or something like that. You know what I mean? I saw a post from Clay Travis right here. Okay, so I haven't heard this. I just bookmarked it, but here's what Clay Travis says.
This is an interesting take that I did not see coming. Stephen A. Smith on ESPN. This is very funny, too. While they were talking about this case, they had a promo for their ESPN gambling app at the bottom of the screen, offering people to sign up, which is, again, very funny to me. Smith went on and drew a connection to Donald Trump over these charges being brought. I don't think this case is significant enough for Trump to have been involved in it in any way.
There's nothing to support that Trump is involved in this. This is the idea, the left building Trump up to be even more powerful than he really is. But when they create this fake idea of Trump, like, again, I'll be clear. I wish that Trump was the man that the left thinks he is. Because let's just be real. This country would be in a lot better shape than it is right now. If Trump really was the guy that the left thinks he is, we'd be in much better shape. Trump is actually significantly he actually does have some morals and some guidelines that he goes by. Like, he's not the guy that the left says. I wish he was. I wish that he was this dictator that they claim he is. I wish that he was doing the things that they claim he is doing, because we'd be in much better shape. But these people are just unhinged, man. It's crazy. Unhinged beyond belief. Let's get some super chats really quickly. Thank you guys for being here, hanging out with us. Bex says, okay, but I'm not quite sure. Is he coming or not? Yeah, I know. Like, good Lord, man. Like, strange, man. Strange, weird fantasies these people have. Your Barmy says, RIP, Jeremy. Maybe. We'll see. Axel says, love you, Gary. Whoops, wrong channel, gay. Zielny says, Candace accuses Trump of offing Kirk. She's insane. I'm going to talk about that. Redview Studios says, did you fire Beardo yesterday at Geeks and Gamers Play? You know what's funny? So when the stream went down, I forgot we were live on Rumble. So hang on. And so everybody heard me yelling at Beardo. Let me see if I can find it. I think this is around the time it was. So right here, when the stream went down, I did not realize we were still live on Rumble. So this is, hang on, I gotta find it.
I did on my meta.
Absolute. Get mine and I'll stream.
I don't know what's going on, man.
Everything. So if you go down again, what you're gonna do is you're gonna end your OBS, and I'm gonna hit start on mine, and I'll stream my perspective. All right, so effective.
Bring in
to Geeks and Gamers Play
now.
No, I gotta communicate.
Nah.
I gotta.
Let's get this race started. Everybody get back in. Everybody
Are we
get in
doing
my lobby.
locals?
We're still live at
locals
this point.
numbers?
We're still live. Now.
No, I got a communication error. I'm trying to join again. It's taking forever.
What a fucking disaster this
Welcome to Geeks and Gamers Play, everybody. This is Mario Kart, a game that we all love. We all have so much fun playing this absolute dog shit. Isn't it great to get together with all your best buddies from all around the country, all around the world, and play a stupid, retarded game made for babies? Especially when you pay for fiber internet. 1 gig up, 1 gig down, and it goes down every
No, Ryan,
single
I pay for
fucking time.
2.5.
As if Ryan doesn't see enough of me every day.
I pay for 2.5 gigs up and down, and this shit's fucking happening.
All I know is blame Beardo. Okay.
I come on this stream once in a blue moon. You guys can't even have everything like set up and ready to go. It's always got to be a shit show.
Everybody get in my lobby.
I'm trying.
I'm about to do Windows 11 tonight, right after the stream. Just fucking do it.
Why the fuck don't you have it?
Yeah, I thought you installed it already.
I did on my Meta PC, not on my stream PC.
So wait a minute.
Why not? Are you still afraid
So
of that
you're not
thing happening?
updated to Windows 11 as a fucking
That might be the
streamer.
compatibility issue for you.
As a streamer, you're not updated to the proper fucking software, and you wonder why it keeps fucking failing.
I don't want to, but I will.
You have
After the stream, I will.
Hey, Beardo. I'm not updated either.
Thank you,
All my
Ryan.
stuff seems to be
Thank you.
fine.
Thank you. Thank
How
you,
many
Ryan.
gaming streams have you hosted, Ryan? How many fucking streams on locals has failed in the past month? Beardo's had
That's
about
a locals
400
issue.
failed.
That is locals, not me.
Sounds like a good fucking idea. Why don't you go be a fucking libertarian and lose the rest of your life on principles?
You know
I'm
what?
gonna lose forever on principle.
I'm gonna text Ripa and ask him what his
Motherfucking
Windows is.
computer so that the audience doesn't suffer.
You
Simple
should
as
call
that.
Dan and ask about his Windows.
Yeah. You have Windows yet? Dan's like, oh, we just got Windows 7.
I meant like his. Never mind.
All right,
I really
like
likes
not get in.
I really can't get in. Let me reset my switch.
Yeah,
All
there
right.
seems to be a lot of that going on tonight, and I'm getting all the blame.
Yes, because you're hosting the stream and you're not updated or hardwired. All right,
I'm both.
I got to
With an
rejoin
L.
on you because I think
we'll get you in next time. I know you're. I think it's about
Tonight.
when you don't do a fucking update.
I haven't been updated for the past 2 weeks, and everything's been great.
Fucking dunce hat on you.
Hakeem Jeffries.
Hey guys, why does my car break down when I don't fucking get an oil change or, change things out? Why does my car slide off the road when my tires are bald? I don't want to update because the CEO of the tire company
Blue
said
shell.
something I disagree with. I'm
Chat, do you
standing
guys
on
think
principles.
Chat, do you guys think Jeremy's angry with
Fucking
me?
hell, dude.
A little bit.
100 says fire
Whoa.
Beardo.
Thank you,
100.
A lot of money.
How much noodle can you get with that?
Ooh.
Probably a
Well, I'm
little.
gonna win.
Maybe 1 year supply. Think
100.
I hope Beardo misses the cutoff. That would be
Just for-
easy. I think it's right here on your OBS.
Dates, Jeremy, tonight.
It won't let me. Could not access specified channel. Please.
Or you can start it right away.
Uh-oh.
Because he has like this.
Ooh, not good. I'm not
So this is when we think the stream is down.
Ah, it's okay. I'm done.
This is when we think the stream is down. All right, let me see if I can do this.
Hi.
I was not expecting these problems tonight, man.
we're going.
Boomerang. No.
No.
Somebody says, are you reacting to your own stream? Yes. I need any fucking content that I can get. So yes, I'm reacting to my own stream because this is how low tier of a YouTuber I am.
It's okay.
Right, I'm going to start another stream. So.
All right.
I'm sorry, Jeremy.
Okay.
All right. Update your goddamn computer.
What do you want me to do? You want me to play the rest of the night, or
I
you want me to finish?
update your goddamn computer before 2 weeks is out. If it's a fucking update, update it. Simple as that. This isn't complicated. Like,
all right, so I'm gonna back out the rest of the night, and I'm gonna update my shit.
No, it doesn't solve the problem right now. You just play right now.
Yeah, you can play right now. Like update after.
All right, that's the gist of it. It was fun though. I apologize for the GDs though, because I am trying to stop saying that, but I couldn't help it with Beardo. I was mad as hell. So anyway, let's catch up here. But that $10 super chat led me to that. But yes, for someone that was like, are you reacting to your own stream? Yes, I am. Alex Arrow Cave says, I got titanium in half of my back. Well, you're a beast, brother. Jake the Movie Geek says, it's true, all of it. Pat says, there was a Domino's 5 doors down from me. I hated it, never went. They moved and moved a half, or had food place moved in. I like to throw pepperonis in the parking lot when I walk around smoking a joint at night. What the fuck was that? I appreciate it. Madman says, ivermectin and whatever took care of 4 melanoma growth in 4 weeks. Eric K says, agreed. Refund anyone who has seen DC Gun and D-Day CobraCast. We need reparations. Vex says, excuse me, Jeremy, that's former Officer Brandon Tatum to you. Glad you guys had merged with that Park Place. Please invest in an investigative journalism team in the future if you can. Kirsha, Savvy, Ryan, maybe. Listen, you can directly support us on geeksandgamers.com so that you can help us fund stuff like that. There's the new website. There's a donate button right there. There's no limit to what you want to give, but it will help us continue to move forward. So whatever you feel that we're worthy of, I am okay with that. Or just buy some merch. But thank you for the 10. And that Park Place, everything is doing very well, man. Z-Herb says, to all the people that say wrestling is real, look what's not real now. Basketball is all for show now, too. Well, I mean, I've already addressed it multiple times on CobraCast to all the haters of wrestling. I've already proven all of them wrong. We know wrestling's real, and I've already shown it many times. If wrestling is in fact fake, then explain this. And I've shown many of those clips before. I'll see if I can find one right now. I'm sure I've got one I can pull up and show you. Let's see here. Oh, man, a lot of these are getting DCA takedowns. Plus, Twitter's acting like crap right now all of a sudden. Randomly, the videos will just start crapping out, and that's exactly what's happening right now. But yes, look, the NBA is garbage, and it's really like the NBA being garbage is kind of irrelevant. I mean, it's about the people, the league. The league is made up of betas and losers, okay? As I've said, when you had somebody by the name of Michael Jordan as the leader of the league, the entire league was different. It felt different. It operated differently. I mean, look at this right here. Okay, so I showed you this clip yesterday of Michael Jordan, all right? Many people said Michael Jordan was lying about this clip, all right? This clip right here.
He had grandkids. And I was meet and greet and thank him for allowing me to stay in the house. And he had a basketball court. He says, I want you to shoot one free throw. I said, really? And I already paid for the house. It's not like he got to see me. So when I stepped up to shoot the free throw, it's the most nervous I've been in years.
Stop it.
In years.
Stop it. Come on.
And reason being is those kids heard the stories from the parents about what I did 30 years ago.
Right.
So their expectation is 30 years prior, and I haven't touched the basketball.
I hope you switched it.
Absolutely. I got the most gratifying, that made my whole week, is that I was able to please that kid, not knowing if I could.
So you let us bring a camera.
So what's beautiful about that is that this went viral. Everyone said, a lot of people anyway, a lot of these fucking losers on social media said Jordan was lying. Guess what was released today, ladies and gentlemen? The video of the moment was released today. Here we go.
Jacob.
How come they can go over this line when the... You got it?
They can. But you know where that line come from? The line used to be in. We moved it out.
Right.
How? What? Look at you.
Yeah,
You know?
Lucas, move back,
See
buddy.
the center circle?
Move back.
You remember the center circle? They didn't have it. Wilt Chamberlain used to take a drive, take off, and lay up. That was the free throw. So now you can't start the shot outside the center circle, and you can't break this line until it hits the rim. That's what Wilt Chamberlain was. Lord have mercy. Please make it. Now that was pressure, man. I ain't worked like that in a while. I was nervous.
That dude, I got chills watching that shit, man. Especially right before he shoots it, he's like, "Man, please make this. Please make this."
Lord have mercy. Please make it.
Yeah, man, that's super cool right there. So, yeah, I mean, his all he wants to do is make the fans happy. That's all he cared about. Back when he was the top guy in the league, that's all he cared about, was making people happy that paid money to come see him play basketball. Let's see. John 420 says, I voted for Trump to come. Justice is served. Hell yes. Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Alan Tanassis has just got an email from Apple telling me the FBI made a subpoena request last June, probe over J6. Friend I was with got tied to a case which was dropped after the election. Wild. Holy shit, man. That's crazy. That is wild. Eheb says a 47 on the loose. He can come anytime, anywhere, on any and for anyone. He will leave his essence on us all. Trump, baby. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. We are at Thomas for 10 says, since we're talking sports, can you show clips from the latest Trump documentary on Kai Trump's YouTube channel, Playing Golf with My Grandpa, from 2 weeks ago? Best timestamps are 8:55, 24 minutes, 29, and 41:40. I haven't even watched that yet. I would like to check that out. I don't know if I'll have time to go through all those timestamps or anything, but maybe in the next episode, because I got a lot to cover today. But I'm glad you said something to me about that, because it does make me want to go back and watch that clip, because I have not seen it yet. So I will check that out. Yeah, so today's been kind of packed with news. There's been a lot of stuff to talk about. And one of the other things that's been going around today, Trump had a presser today, right here. Trump tells French reporter with a thick accent that he can't understand a word she's saying before telling her not to worry about the West Bank.
Yesterday, there was a vote at the Knesset on annexing the West Bank. Do you see it as a challenge to your peace efforts?
Could you say that louder, please?
Yes, yesterday there was a vote at the Knesset in Israel on annexing the West Bank. Do you see it as a challenge to your peace efforts?
Will you answer that, please? Because I cannot understand the words you're saying. Where are you? Where are you from? Where are you from? You're from France. Beautiful accent, but we can't understand what you're saying. The West Bank is, don't worry about the West Bank. Israel's not going to do anything with the West Bank, okay? Don't worry about it. Is that your question? They're not going to do anything with the West Bank. Don't worry about it. Israel's doing very well. They're not.
Oh, man. But that's, I didn't see the whole press conference. I only saw a few clips, but this is one of my favorite moments right here, okay? This is one of my favorite moments that I saw. This is peak 47 right here. If you were to ever say, what did you vote for? This is what I voted for right here.
Mr. President, if you are declaring war against these cartels and Congress is likely to approve of that process, why not just ask for a declaration of war?
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country. Okay? We're going to kill them. You know, they're going to be like dead. Okay?
Yes! Like, it just doesn't get any fucking better than that.
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country. Okay? We're going to kill them. You know, they're going to be like dead. Okay?
They're going to be like dead. Dude. I have never been more proud of voting for Trump than in that moment right there. And the fact that it was followed up by a soy-voiced loser. Like, did you hear his voice cracking? His voice is cracking.
If you are declaring war against these cartels and Congress is likely to approve of that process, why not just ask for a declaration of war?
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country. Okay? We're going to kill them. You know, they're going to be like dead.
They're going to be like dead. Thanks, Trump. I appreciate it. I didn't know what you meant by killing them, but you have you've clarified your position on that. So, okay, what is this right here? Why does Chicago have the highest murder rate of all the big cities? Pritzker. We're not in the top 20. Here's a map. Oh, that's good. Here we go.
They're doing everything by the book. Why does Chicago have the highest murder rate of all the big cities?
Well, we are not in the top 30 in terms of our murder rate. Indeed,
the murder
our murder rate it has been cut in half over the last 4 years, and every year it's gone down by double digits. And if you look at all of the violent crime over the last 4 years,
here's a map.
They've all gone down.
U.S. cities, 17.47 per 100,000 population. Chicago is number one over Philadelphia, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Phoenix, Los Angeles, New York, and San Diego.
What I'm explaining to you
now
is
you're
when
talking
you want to
about
fight
violent
crime. Look, you can pull statistics up.
No,
I can
these are
too.
murders.
I'm explaining to you that our murder rate has been cut in half. And very importantly, Brett, and you got to hear this, very importantly, we've been doing the things that are necessary to bring crime down, right? We've invested in community violence interruption. We've invested in police. They're doing everything by the book.
Why?
You guys can pull statistics if you want, but I mean, what are we talking about here? No, those are murders, you idiot. Like, good Lord, man. Unbelievable. Jeez. Absolutely insane. These people are nuts, man. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like that. By the way, I just want to say, okay, I deserve credit for this. Mainly because you wouldn't be hearing about this if it weren't for me being an Alabama football fan, okay? It's the only reason you're going to hear about it here because Roll Tide, baby, okay? But my boy, AJ McCarron, right here, AJ McCarron to run for Alabama lieutenant governor. And he says Charlie Kirk inspired him to get off the sidelines and make a difference. That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback right there. Let's freaking go. That's my quarterback. Hang on. Now, we can bring up this right here. All right, so here you go. All you need to know about AJ McCarron, okay, is Catherine Webb. I'll bring up a famous clip, all right, from back in the day, Brent Musburger. All right, Brent Musburger. Check this out. This was during the national championship game when AJ McCarron's then girlfriend was featured. Here we go.
Into the game. Now, when you're a quarterback at Alabama, you see that lovely lady there. She does go to Auburn, I want to admit that. But she also, this Alabama, and that's A.J. McCarron's girlfriend, okay? And right there on the right is Dee Dee Bonner. That's A.J.'s mom. Wow, I'm telling you, quarterbacks, you get all the good-looking women. What a beautiful woman.
Wow, A.J.'s doing some things right down in
So if you're a youngster in Alabama, start getting the football out and throw it around the backyard with Pop.
Dude, you would be canceled if you talked about a woman like that in 2025. Brent Musburger was like, whoa. Listen to him.
There, she does go to Auburn, I want to admit that. But she also, this Alabama, and that's A.J. McCarron's girlfriend, okay? And right there on the right is Dee Dee Bonner. That's A.J.'s mom. Wow, I'm telling you, quarterbacks, you get all the good-looking women. What a beautiful woman.
Wow, A.'s doing some things right down in
So if you're a youngster in Alabama, start getting the football out and throw it around the backyard with Pop.
Whoa. Freaking love it, man. Freaking love it. But anyway, okay, so but yeah, I'm happy for AJ McCarron. We'll see what happens with that. But the fact that he said Charlie Kirk inspired him to get off the sidelines and make a difference, I think it's fantastic. So I love it. And we'll see what happens with that. But anytime, somebody saw what happened with Charlie Kirk and their initial reaction is, because there's two types of people that are kind of in the public eye. There's the person that saw what happened to Charlie Kirk and they want to go, oh man, it's dangerous. I don't want to be out in the public eye because these leftists are crazy. And then there's the other type of person that says, fuck these people. We can't let these lunatics continue to do this. I need to do more. And when you have the attitude of, I want to do more, then I have a ton of respect for that. So I'm happy that AJ McCarron is looking to get more involved. So good shit indeed. Okay, let's see here. Mr. Now the names is so weird. Some of them are showing up ats and some of them aren't. It's so weird. But Mr. Bonjangle says, how could you not play Halo 2 mix on Tuesday night's main event? Well, I mean, listen, you can bring Halo 1, you can bring Halo 2, you can bring Halo 3 into it, but the Halo 1, because I think Halo 3, I prefer Halo 3's music over the other two, but like Halo 1 is the definitive one. Experience says, have to go to work. I work where you used to, Jeremy. Where's that? Grocery store? Retail? Brian Doyle says, thank God Ryan saw those on your back when he was behind you. Just kidding, brother. All will work out. Phil says, is anyone surprised that a group of heartless strangers committing crimes? David Fredrickson says, sympathy is found between shit and syphilis. Random commentator says, hey, 45 minutes ago on XXL Mag's Twitter account, comedian Godfrey did a Trump impression with Dr. Dre. Can you play it? It's spot on. With Dr. Dre? Really? Did Eminem approve that? Let's see. Scroats Magoats This is better than finding out Adam Schiff was referred for criminal investigation. Jennifer says, I'm a day late, but I appreciated the empathy you showed for the SA victim in Europe. You're a good dude. Yeah, I mean, that story just is, if that doesn't infuriate you, I don't know what will, man. That's a tough story. So, but yeah, thank you. Real Great Ghost says Jeremy is just growing his hair out so that his boyfriend has something to grab onto. Ducky says, I'm upset because I live in San Francisco and our pussy mayor caved to the woke mob and woke politicians, and he had Trump cancel the National Guard deployment. Here, crackheads and criminals can run wild. I can't even imagine what it's like in San Francisco. I've heard it's awful. I can't even imagine it. Fantastic Knox says, why give drug traffickers due process when they yeet people to make the drugs? Get the drug users yeeted for using their drugs and yeet anyone who gets in the way. Trump is doing everything right. Let's see. Jeremy's dad says AJ got his ass kicked by OU in the Sugar Bowl. The fact that listen, and this is what's so pathetic about an Oklahoma fan. The fact that you're can instinctively remember something that happened against Alabama shows how irrelevant your franchise is, because Alabama has been so successful since that moment. I don't even remember that because Alabama's been so good, but it shows how little you guys have done that you can just think about, oh yeah, back in 2000, whatever. Yeah, we beat you guys. That's because you've done shit since. You're irrelevant. So of course that's your claim to fame. Welcome to being an Oklahoma fan. So there you have. Okay. Congratulations. Can be like the Indianapolis Colts when they hung up banners for winning the division or whatever the fuck it was. Nas says he did say, I'm going to come. MAGA Mike says, so you're saying LeBron wasn't just flopping? That's racist. Bread Boxen says starting to wonder if Stephen A thinks he's going to catch a case too. The irrational panic is real. Yeah, the Stephen A reaction is wild. And I don't really understand it, considering like here's Shaq. Shaq just made a comment on this right here. Oh, now from the headline, it seems level-headed. Here's Shaq. I'm ashamed those guys will put their families and their careers in jeopardy.
We all know the letter of the law when it comes to gambling and sports gambling, and I don't want to sit up here like I'm some perfect guy. Like every now and then when I go to Vegas, I'll play some craps and I'll play some roulette, but never gambled at anybody's house. Don't know anything about poker, so I don't know what they're talking about when it comes to the Chauncey thing. But I know Chauncey, I know Damon very well. Played with Damon, so I don't want to sit up here, but I'm ashamed that those guys will put their families and their careers in jeopardy. There's an old saying in the hood, all money ain't good money. So if you're making $9 million and you're dealing in certain things, like how much more do you need? Especially if you know you get caught, you can do jail time, lose your career, put a bad image on yourself or your family or on the NBA. I agree with you, Chuck. They dropped the ball.
100%.
They had this
100% dropped the ball.
And like you never want to have your name involved in that when you know the letter of the law. And Ernie, again, I know for a fact every year they cancel practice and say don't do this and don't do that and don't do that. So all the guys had the information.
Now that's what you call a level-headed take from someone that doesn't seem too worried. I got to say, Stephen A's reaction does seem very much worried. Like, oh, like what is Stephen A talking about? None of this has anything to do with Trump. And here is Kash Patel right here talking about that. Hang on, here we go.
Yeah, down the street. By the way, this was so wild. Stephen A. Smith, the sports commentator, suggested that this was revenge from the president for all the kind of left-wing activism of the NBA. Your response to that, 15 seconds.
I'm the FBI director. I decide which arrests to conduct and which not to conduct. That may be the single dumbest thing I've ever heard out of anyone in modern history, and I live most of my time in Washington, D.C. It's right up there with Adam Schiff. We arrest people for crimes.
Damn, like simple and to the point. Like, boom. Holy crap. Dude, Stephen A is out of his mind. That take is just insane, dude. Like, I don't know where he gets that from. I have no idea. But man, I just don't get it. I don't get like where the logic is that it's all like Trump. He's coming. He's looking for retribution. He's looking for revenge. It's so dumb. So dumb. But hey, good response. Good response from Cash Patel. So let's see here. The hell, man. Hang on. Okay. Check this out. Bernie forced to give credit to President Trump.
If you don't have any borders, then you don't have a nation, right? In a sense. So has historically the United States done well under Democrats and Republicans in protecting the border? The answer is no. Trump did a better job. I don't like Trump, but we should have a secure border. And it ain't that hard to do. Biden didn't do it. Those before him did not do it. We should have a secure border, period. If you don't.
The nonchalant way that this clown is treating the border situation, it's like, no, dude, this is not like, this isn't a casual situation. It's literally ruining our country. The fact that it wasn't dealt with by the previous administration, the Democrats, is a massive problem. And the nonchalant way that you're just going like, yeah, he did a better job. Fuck you, Bernie Sanders, you piece of shit. Bernie Sanders is a clown. Oh, he pisses me off so much. F Bernie for real, for real. Mo Zamboni says NBA messed up allowing load management. They play a game and above all are entertainers and paid well for it. Play hard 100% of the time or this BS sneaks in. 1000% you are correct, Mo Zamboni. Hail to you, brother. Cole Hauser says, hey, Jeremy, Stephen A is a phony and a fraud. He knows nothing about politics or sports. Everything is blacks can do no wrong. F this guy. I mean, he really doesn't. He really doesn't know anything about the only thing Stephen A has knowledge on. He does know basketball to some extent, but but he's paid to talk about all sports and he doesn't know anything about these other sports. He knows nothing. Glenn Jones is the clowns that said we need to turn the temperature down still inciting. Every time. Net Gilroy says Stephen A is a race race with smooth brain Hodge twins. Good Lord, how the fuck am I supposed to say that? Cole Hauser says I did 20 years in government. Smith knows nothing. Madness says Steve thinks Trump is Julius Caesar crossing the Rubicon, about to conquer Rome in order to become a dictator for life. Based. I know, he makes him sound so much cooler than he really is. He's coming. Worst of all, he's loose. Minister of Wrong Thing says fascism, how can I not say that? Is when home what? Fascism is when home renovations. I'm trying to like make out the rest of the sentence, and I'm going fascism, and I'm like, it couldn't figure it out. No, renovating the White House. I know. MAGA Mike says, will LeBron's fake hairline finally be exposed? Well, we actually look. I love Benny Johnson. Okay, sometimes Benny makes videos, and I'm like, oh shit, is that really happening? And Benny uploaded a video about LeBron. And I'm like, oh shit, LeBron's caught up in it. I love you, Benny. Okay. So I'm like checking out this video from Benny Johnson right here. LeBron James named in massive game rigging cheating scandal. I'm like, damn it, Benny. I was clicking on that. I'm like, oh shit, LeBron's caught up in it. So I was like, all right, maybe not. Maybe not. There's hope. But Pat says they don't make buses short enough for Beardo. Timothy says anyone who stayed up on election night 2020 could see them rigging it live as they stopped counting everywhere, only to find 100% Biden votes. Your Barmy says this is Blaine's fault. Ministry of Wrong Things says Beardo's 404 software update tax. Zandy says, have you seen the recent memes about Will? I don't know who that is. Stancil. Someone dedicated a hell-made an AI generated sitcom with him to troll him. It's funny AF. I don't even know who that is. Jeremy's dad says Anna Paulina Luna on PBD tonight. 2 hours of edging. Really? We got to search that out for research purposes really quick. Hold on. PBD podcast. Where? Oh, there we go. Hello.
I mean, there's a lot of words. Have you ever met her? Have you ever had any encounters with her?
You can find, when I was with Turning Point, I was coming back from the NRA conference, and this was back, I think, in 2018. And I ran into her at the airport in Dallas. And the reason I got into politics is because I started as a counter trafficking activist. That's how Charlie Kirk found me during my gap year. And I ran into her at the airport. Yep, there it is. And I confronted her over not doing anything about the trafficking of women and children, because she's literally,
if
you're in office.
You confronted Kamala Harris. I remember this.
And use your position to help fight that, right? And that was my interaction.
Go ahead, Rob.
I told her she would be president.
Hi, I'm the director of Hispanic Engagement with Turning Point USA. I want to know about the children that you're saying that are at the border right now. Wait, would you answer this question real quick? No, I'm taking a picture real quick. Yeah, you're getting behind me. You're saying that you're fighting for women. No, I'm not going to back off. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'm asking her. She's saying that she supports Hispanic. Those ladies asked her to take I don't care. You're in my way. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Before you walked up. She is damaging what is happening to Hispanic women and children at the border because she's promoting family reunification, which is You're not.
Dude, Kamala's so stupid. She's so aloof. She can't do anything.
What year is this?
You
are directly impacting the Hispanic demographic in a negative way.
Initially, I think, on the Democrat ticket to run in 2020, and then she didn't make the nomination. Then Joe Biden was the nominee, and then she became the VP. And then it was funny because I saw her also walk in, because I came in 2022, so she was still a vice president. And I know her team saw that, because then I started campaigning with Trump and JD, and then Kamala HQ would keep reposting my stuff to try to at me and stuff. So Kamala will never forget that day.
I bet. But by the way, so Charlie sees that and he DMs you?
No, I was already with Turning Point at this point in time.
Because you said Mexican, Hispanic.
Y'all want me to make this show better? You mean make this better? I can make this much better. All right, there. So if I just do that, can you guys just send super chats and I'll just talk? So I'll just talk. All right. And you guys send super chats and it's a win-win. Okay. I mean, I think that's a win, right? Much better than looking at me. Seriously. You know what I mean? Who the fuck wants to look at me? You know what I mean?
So I was their director of national Hispanic engagement. So he had recruited me in 2018, and I was with him for about a year, and I would do the campus tours with him.
Okay, I can't take Patrick Bet-David's. Let's listen to this though.
Brandon Tatum, and ultimately realized I was I want to help kind of shift the national narrative. So I realized as
DJ Fisty says, Jeremy, your voice ain't doing anything for me.
Activist, you can do it one way, but also two.
Okay. Hold on. Bro, you need to stop. There is no way that you really mean this. That you have got, this is edgelord Reddit fucking trolling bullshit. There is no way that you actually believe this, but if you do.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you.
that means you're gay.
I had to do it by running for office, and so that's when I kind of gave it a shot to try to figure out how to do it.
What was he like? I spent time with Charlie, but what was he like for you?
Yeah, so when I first met him, 2018, Turning Point was a small organization. I remember the first Young Latino Leadership Summit that we did. I walked into the room and there was maybe 25 people in the room. And Charlie would walk around. I remember traveling with him, and he was kind of, this young kid, and he didn't have the nice suits yet, but he had the...
She's a Beardo 9.9. Wicked says, y'all need to get out more. She's a 7 at best. Bro, fuck off with that fucking... Look, there are some things that are just objective in life, and Anna Paulina Luna being a 10 is objective fact, okay? That is a fact. Get the fuck out of here with that mid bullshit or 7. Get the hell out of here.
Passion for it. So he was out there kind of just doing his thing. But I mean, the first conference...
Anyway, we got other stuff to talk about, but I'll watch that later for research purposes. Definitely. All right. Definitely. Anyway, calling her a 7 is very homosexual of you. I know it. Oh man. Let's see where we left off. Matt Eric says no leg day, no updates. BLM, well, maybe not. Jeremy's dad says, I got that one. Anthony says, we need a stream where you guys think you are live, but you aren't, and have Jeremy scream at Beardo the entire time. Hail the Fig and the 199. MAGA Mike says, LeBron is the leader of the flops. Game On says, you should hang a banner every time Beardo reads a super chat correctly. Thank you. Eric John says, are we supposed to let the games be rigged? So odd. Axel Foley says, all black panel, but they advertise pie pies. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? Thank God I'm watching on PC. The ad is so wait a minute. When you're not on PC, well, I'm watching on PC. I'm back itching. I've got my PC up, but it's got the ads there. So I don't know. Stephen A's take definitely felt like it hit a nerve, like a kid got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. It really does. It's a very strange kind of take from him, man. It seems like there's more to it. Take off the hat, show us the dusty mop you've got. Not now. One day maybe, but not now. Phil says, thanks for this. Terry for the super sticker. $9.99 super sticker. Andrew says, yummy. John Cannon says, I've paid my Luna tax. Glenn says, for Big Krista. CG says, the fact that Kamala Harris could even have theoretically been president makes me cringe. Thank God for President Trump. Yeah, I mean, we were uncomfortably close to her being president. Really uncomfortably close. Entertainment Angel says, who said that she's a 7? Is that person okay? Clearly not. Clearly not. So we had this situation that I actually meant to talk about yesterday, and just didn't get time. This is an awful, awful story that has Gavin Newsom written all over it. And it's a very scary situation. I'm sure many of you have already seen it, but it's with that truck yesterday. Good Lord, man. I've got so many bookmarks. This one right here. Well, we've got multiple ones actually. So let me hit a like right there. This is why I preach about being, you've got to check your surroundings. You've got to. Because if you don't, this is what's going to happen to you. This is horrific, okay? Moment a truck driver slammed into traffic on the 10 freeway in California, killing 3. The driver was a 21-year-old male, was arrested for driving under the influence of drugs. I'm just going to tell you this is a very difficult situation to like. This is tough, all right? because I truly I try to always make sure that when I'm on the road, I try to be as aware as possible of everything to make sure that I am not going to let an idiot, have any impact on me. But anyway, let's just watch this. Here we go.
Exclusive dash cam video, which is now the subject of several law enforcement investigations. It shows the moment a red semi-truck plowed into a number of vehicles on the westbound 10 freeway in Ontario just after 1 p.m. yesterday. The CHP told the LA Times the driver of this big rig is a 21-year-old man who is now under arrest on suspicion of driving under the influence of drugs. A total of 4 semis were involved and also 4 passenger vehicles, one of them exploding in flames. 3 people were killed and 4 others were taken to local hospitals. This horrific crash happened just east of the 15 freeway and shut down all westbound lanes for more than 12 hours. Thousands of drivers were trapped in the gridlock just as the evening commute was getting underway. It's also near exclusive.
This is awful. Guess what? The illegal immigrant from India. That's the driver accused of driving while on drugs when he slammed into the vehicles. Shocking, isn't it? So shocking. Illegal immigrant from India. And it was a former high school basketball coach. Was one of the victims. Awful. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Guess what? Guess what? Gavin Newsom's California gave 62,000 CDL permits to illegal aliens and migrants to drive commercial vehicles. Yep.
A federal audit found California had issued 62,000 CDLs to drivers who entered illegally, John, or do not have a permanent legal status as required by the feds. California sanctuary laws prohibit asking applicants their immigration status. Governor Newsom said there's not a problem. Back to you.
Did I hear you right? Did you say 62,000?
That's correct.
Oh, my goodness.
But Donald Trump's the problem, everybody. Donald Trump, he's the problem. Not Gavin Newsom, that leading to stuff like this one more time. No, it's not easy to watch, but it's necessary to watch.
Exclusive dash cam video, which is now the subject of several law enforcement investigations. It shows the moment a red semi-truck plowed into a number of vehicles on the westbound 10 freeway in Ontario just after 1 p.m. yesterday. The CHP told the LA Times the driver of this big rig is a 21-year-old man who is now under arrest on suspicion of driving under the influence of drugs. A total of 4 semis were involved and also 4 passenger vehicles, one of them exploding in flames. 3 people were killed and 4 others were taken to local hospitals. This horrific crash happened just east of the 15 freeway and shut down all westbound lanes for more than 12 hours. Thousands of drivers were trapped in the gridlock just as the evening commute was getting underway. It's also near exclusive.
We don't have to live like this,
which is now the subject of several.
We don't have to live like this. But it keeps happening. But hey, I mean, look, remember this? Look familiar? Does this look familiar? Remember this one from Florida? Yep. Yep. Remember that? But hey, you know, Stephen A. Smith is really worried about President Trump sending ICE agents to the Super Bowl to get rid of illegal immigrants. Not a care in the world when this happened, by the way. Not a care in the world. Zero. Didn't care. No emotion. No nothing when it happened. Awful. You should be mad. You should be angry. You should be furious. Pisses me off. Matt Frog says, shout out to Jeremy and Chat. Shout out. Shout out. Shout out. RCT CB says APL is mid. Please don't play the swimsuit clip. She's gross. Don't play it. Not bait. If only we had 50 gifted memberships. I want to play the clip. If only we had 50 gifted memberships. APL edging tax. Jay Viper says, I heard some crazy things today, and APL being at mid might be the craziest. I know, dude. That's a wild take. That's a wild take. Bubba Doom says, it's a trucker. I can say with authority, this is from Greed Automatic Tractors. Easier to drive if you're stupid. Liberal politics is what causes this. I hate these people taking over my industry. I agree, man. I agree. Matt Frog says, check your surroundings. Jeremy Algul. John freaking Murdoch. I think that's John. I always get confused on the ats. I think that's John freaking Murdoch for 50 gifted memberships. You know what? Just for that, because I want you all to know, okay, I could grift another 50 gifted out of this, but I'm not going to do it because I respect the chat, okay? I could, but I want credit for being a good person, that I'm not actually going to grift another 50, but I'm going to play the 2-minute clip right there. 2-minute clip. Just because I respect the chat. I'm not going to play the music, though. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Not even going to ask for a second 50, okay? Full screen, okay. Not even going to ask for another 50. Chat's going crazy right now. Chat is losing it right now. Dude, imagine saying she's not a 10. Imagine saying she's not a 10. What is wrong with you? Stop talking, Jeremy. She can represent me. Oh, man. Almost there again. Yeah, politics is great. Politics is great. I respect politics and her. Still got another 30 seconds. Plenty of time for Az. Okay, she's at 8.9. Stop with the 8.9. Stop it. Stop it. 8.9. Get the hell out of here. She's a freaking 12. What is this? Hang on, hang on.
How is the mood striking you now?
All right, there we have it. Chat's happy. All from John freaking Murdoch. So there we go. She's a 199 out of 200. She's 1,000 plus. I mean, I don't disagree. With that said, now that I have your attention, guess where you can go to support Geeks and Gamers?
Geeks and Gamers fans, this one's for you. Rep your fandom with our brand new merch drop featuring limited edition shirts and an all-new hat that's built for true iDots. These won't last long, so grab yours now at ripasend.com before they're gone. Hail the 199.
There we go. Hail the 199 and Drunk 3PO and Krista for putting that together. This is what the chat was doing when I played that clip of APL.
I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that. What just happened?
Jay is really good at advertising. Jay is fantastic at it. Absolutely. He definitely is. Nandy with 50 says, get all illegals with CDLs out. Prioritize these mother effers. Well, and I understand the point. I say get all illegals out, period. But you're right. Prioritize the ones with CDLs because they're putting people in danger right now. They're putting people in danger right now. So I agree completely. Thank you, Nandy. Hail to you, brother. JRG Project says those semis are deadly weapons. The government morons who allowed these illegals to drive multi-ton rigs should be charged as well. Agreed completely. Agreed completely. Let's see. How much just to run APL videos all stream long? I mean, that's a good grift. That's a good grift. Joseph 420 says, Jeremy, I'm a trucker and my heart literally dropped when I heard how many CDLs Newsom gave out. This needs to end. Yeah, and again, I want everybody to be aware of that. Gavin Newsom is constantly projecting to Trump. He's constantly trying to make people pay attention to Trump, and he's accusing Trump of X, Y, and Z. And it's all meant because he's trying to stop people from talking about what he's actually doing. And look at here. Oh, shit. Did this just drop? Well, this is earlier, but it's on my For You tab. Gavin Newsom blames the Biden administration for letting this illegal alien Indian in to drive a semi-truck in California and ultimately kill several people in the crash this week. So he says the federal government approved and renewed this individual's federal employment authorization multiple times, which allowed him to obtain a commercial driver's license in accordance with federal law, Gavin Newsom's office said. So you're throwing Biden under the bus. God, this dude is, why isn't this problem happening in the state of Florida then? Why is Florida not giving these out? Why is that not happening? You know where they're coming from? California. Was it the guy that killed people in Florida? Wasn't he out of California too? Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Chat, this guy right here. So this happened in Florida, the bottom, but I believe he was out of California, right? California gave him the fucking license. Insane. Fucking insane. Ugh, so frustrating, man. Andrew says, yummy. This is where APL was on screen. Quentin says, yes. Westford Smile says, Anna Paulina Luna tax. Packet Proton says, I feel the need to learn about turnarounds. Fantastic Knox says, truck driver is also an illegal. Packet Proton says, I'm also 39 minutes behind. Hope it's not a serious topic being talked about now. You know how CobraCast rolls. It's all good. Jay Hamilton says, anyone who says APL is anything less than a 9 needs to be excommunicated from the snake pit and have their man card revoked. I don't disagree with you. Like, you know what? The true test. Here's what we're going to do. Next Tuesday night's main event, we're going to need to get a 50 gifted memberships next for main event. I'm going to play the long clip of Anna Paulina Luna, and we're going to get Beardo to tell us if she's a 10 out of 10 or if he's going to pull this 9.9. Okay? If he's going to pull this 9.9 bullshit, okay? Matt Frog says, check your... Oh, I got that one. Glenn Jones says that you should see what's happening in the UK and Ireland. A 10-year-old girl suffered the unspeakable by an illegal migrant. It's awful. 10 years old? My God. Well, speaking of the situation that we covered yesterday, there's more to it. Don't really... I hate even talking about this, but... First of all, before we talk about this, I got to show you, listen, this is what happens when You guys are probably like, man, Jeremy's never on daily. Why would I be on daily when we have coverage like this?
Roman Skywalker. I roasted that cocksucking loser queer ass bitch fucking the other day, and he still comes back for more. He's got a humiliation fetish. This dude right here, Roman Skywalker, watches every single one of these streams, even though he hates us. This dude has a humiliation kink. That's who he is. This is the dude who sits there and like wants to get his fucking like balls twisted while he gets pegged up the fucking ass and told what a loser pile of shit he is. That's Roman Skywalker. So thanks for joining us. We will be tolerant of you in our space, Roman Skywalker, you little fucking bitch. But anyway.
It's a good start to the stream.
It is. Roman
Oh man, so good. Good old Geeks and Gamers Daily right there. So that was a great clip. Danky put that up on his Twitter account. So okay, so this okay, we got to talk about this. We have to talk about this. I have tried to stay like kind of away from this topic for the most part because I just Laughing Man says Jeremy didn't play the APL last season main event, and I sent 50 gifted memberships. Well, it's typically not a main event topic, but we're gonna make it one next Tuesday. Okay, Laughing Man. Okay, we got to talk about this because we've reached a point of like we're just reached like places that it's just beyond insane. I have said many times, I don't think this person's crazy. I think this person's incredibly smart and knows exactly what she's doing. Let's listen to this clip right here that Steven Crowder has put up of Candace Owens. Here we go.
My heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics, and they just were like, nope, that is it. It serves us or it doesn't serve us, and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday. Bro, if they try to give me a holiday, what is with them giving people a holiday after they kill them? Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? Like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock it off. Like, they're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did. They did in Israel. They gave him freaking boulevard. It's like, as soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday, they definitely killed you. Okay, there's no question. They killed you. There's no way. That's like their signature thing. It's like that's what they do. It's the Fed signature. It's when they sign off after they murder you. They're like holiday and a boulevard. And it's never on a nice side of town either. Like Charlie Kirk Boulevard is not going to be a nice side of town. Anyways, I will be back on the 27th, you guys. Thank you guys for all the support throughout these couple of weeks, these last really kind of 6 weeks since Charlie died. And we will see you guys then.
Well, let me first be tactful here and tell you that outrageous claims, and this is an outrageous claim, require outrageous evidence. Of course, as is par for the course, none has been presented.
Zero.
And I know that there might be a weaseling here saying, oh, well, I said the Fed, not the Trump administration. I said a boulevard in Israel. It's pretty clear, not clear. What she said was, they, the Fed, give you a boulevard when that's a sure sign that they have killed you. You know that they have killed you. He was betrayed in the worst way possible, giving so much of his life to the Trump presidency, to politics. The federal government, the Trump administration killed Charlie Kirk is the claim. Now I'm going to tell you how I feel about it, what I think about it. Because you know who else would have to be involved? And this is the implication, of course, by design. And you can see the response with people out there saying, oh, well, then anyone who's close to, this is an inside job. You know who's really close to President Trump? And you know who people are now saying stood to gain? Well, Charlie's wife, Erica Kirk, who has now been put, Candace with that language, with this accusation, has put the wife of Charlie Kirk, and she'll say, that's not what I tried to do. It is. It's the result. Erica Kirk in the crosshairs.
Can I just say this too? I have not been the biggest fan of Steven Crowder over the years. I just haven't. I've said that. Steven Crowder has proven to be a pretty solid and level-headed dude through all of this craziness. And the first sign of that was with the Daily Wire situation, between him and the Daily Wire. And when that happened, Crowder actually came out looking really good on that whole situation. And the reason I with Crowder, like, I find his comedy to be incredibly cringe, It's like so bad. But when he's on point and when he's not trying to be a comedian, he's actually fucking on point, dude. He really is.
It's not like you have to look through 6 degrees of separation. And you can see post after post and article.
Someone says he's not a good dude when he's abusing his partner. Let me be clear about that. I don't give a fuck what people do in the privacy of their own home. I don't give a shit. If he's convicted of something, then fine. I don't give a shit. Okay? So you can take your moral fucking superiority bullshit and shove it up your ass where you like everything else to be shoved. I don't care that you're offended that his wife secretly recorded them and basically tried to present certain pieces of the equation that dumb fucks like you eat up and don't understand that you're being manipulated by a manipulative woman to begin with. But if you're dumb enough to believe that shit, go for it. But I don't fucking care. Okay? I don't care. In fact, made me like him a little bit more. Okay?
After article with both Kirks, but certainly Erica praising, thanking President Trump, discussing how important his support has been. So if the Trump administration, if the Fed killed Charlie Kirk, look, there's no middle ground here right now. Either Erica Kirk is evil and was in on it, or Candace Owens is an evil cunt. I hope I'm being really clear about that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to agree with Steven Crowder in this situation. I mean, at this point, it's gone beyond, like, the things that are being thrown out there. We're dealing with we're so far beyond reality right now. It's crazy. And I think Candace has every right to say whatever she wants and believe whatever she wants. The fact that so many people actually think that this is true is kind of crazy, but at the same time, it's not that shocking. But yeah, man, it's pretty wild how far out there she is at this point in time. Fable of Man says, now this is what we call respecting your audience. Cole Heller says, love her socks. Mod Eric says, I could get behind Anna Paulina Luna. Daniel says, Trump isn't the only one coming. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, call and hire lobbyists to get her to wear a two-piece tax. The Tony Soprano says, the woman in the leotard is a true bada bing material. She reminds me of my therapist. Anyone who thinks otherwise hasn't made it as a varsity athlete. Matt Frog says, Jay could sell condoms to Nick Cannon. Flag Ninja says, I was born and raised in Cali. I swear we're not all morons. George Ramirez says, play us Grumpy Ryan pissed on Stranger Things. Grumpy Ryan pissed about Stranger Things? What is that? You talking about from the other day where he went off on Beardo? Ministry of Wrong Things says, Candace is either an op or an idiot. Ministry of Wrong Things says that the only consistency with all the Kirk conspiracy theories is it wasn't the left. It's an op. 342 AE, $4 super sticker. Thank you. Mar Millens has been saying for years Candace Owens' start in politics. Look up Social Autopsy. She was a lefty. I don't think she's ever left that mentality. Yeah, this is where they did like a lot of doxing of people. I do remember those stories. Ramtax says next week Candace is going to accuse her herself of offing Charlie Kirk. You never know, man. You never know. East Coast Social Boy says Trump's coming because Kamala Toe said not to. I have a theory. Trump isn't running his account when memes are posted. It's actually Barron running Trump's account in the background and making those memes like a Chad. Go Barron, 50th and 51st president. East Coast Social Boy says, so scamming people wasn't enough, huh? Indian criminals. And then Lag says, Jeremy grifting a dumbass tax out of Candace jumping the shark into psychopathic lunacy. Okay, so the next story is not an easy story to talk about. But oh wait, hang on. What is this? At that one. Whoa, what? Okay, we got to follow up on this. Infuriating development. The Indian illegal semi-truck driver who killed 3 in Florida failed his CDL license test a whopping 10 times across 60 days. He additionally failed the air brakes knowledge test twice. California must be immediately banned from issuing CDLs until we can figure out what the hell is going on. I don't even know how to process this information. This is insane. Not twice, 10 times. 10 times. It's beyond criminal. Jeez. Nandy for 50 says the construction done a few days ago after Kirk incident at University is sus, but until some same person other than Owens connects the dots, I'm going to believe the official narrative. Call it being naive, not going to overreact till new info comes out. Well, the thing is, and this is why, like, the people that are pushing the opposite messaging, credibility matters. You know what I mean? And so I think that we should always question the official narrative. No matter who's in power, we should always question the official narrative. I think that that is just that's the most American thing to do, is question the official narrative, because they have shown us many times of the corruption at the highest levels. The problem is when you have someone like Candace Owens that is the person that is carrying the flag for the people that are calling out the opposite side, credibility matters. And she has no credibility. Like I said, I think she's smart as hell, but she has no credibility. So, let's see here. Phil says, at what point do we call out Candace for being just evil? She's now claiming Trump administration had Charlie taken out. Beamer says it becomes a new member. Thank you. B. Dugan says 1 month. All hail the chat. Let's go, Donald Trump. Olympian Product says, can we get a cash now to celebrate? Hail the 199. I actually had to delete that one because I ran out of space, so I don't have it right now. Zerb says, as a black man in America, he can see Trump coming. Net Gilroy says, NBA sports gambling goes back decades. Refs been betting and players been tanking games since the 90s. It's all out there and everyone knows it. Yeah, like I said, my problem has never been like, oh man, the NBA or whatever, people are, I don't care. I've basically been, it's not even me. It's like, I guess I don't live in a fantasy world. Like, I live in a world where everybody is effed up in some capacity. Welcome to the real world. Nobody's perfect. And the more perfect someone tries to present their life to you, the more effed up their life really is. And they're trying to hide stuff. But everyone's life is effed up. Everyone has problems. Everyone has flaws. Everyone does. And so this idea that like NBA players or NFL players or whatever, they like have these perfect existences, is like, it's just not true. It's $1 billion business with a bunch of, egotistical maniacs that are involved in the league. Fair, whatever. Who cares? But when you decide to virtue signal with all of your Black Lives Matter bullshit, when you decide to kneel for the national anthem, when you decide to go to war with President Trump, when you decide to call the entire audience racist, when you decide to take that moral high ground, then fuck you. Your job as a basketball player is to shut up and dribble the basketball. Entertain the audience. Same as football, same as basketball, baseball, professional wrestling, whatever. You're an entertainer. Movie star, shut up and pretend to be someone that you're not. That's your job. No one gives a fuck about your opinion. Truly, no one gives a single fuck about what your opinion on the real world is because you don't matter. The reason that a Hollywood actor has any relevancy is because they're good at pretending to be someone that they are not. Meaning, we don't care about you as a person. We care that you're good at pretending to be someone else. That's why you're interesting. And so the problem with the NBA is that they have made their league about social justice and about virtue signaling. That is what they're known for now. So finding out the corruption, it's a whole different level now. Lord Botha says, Stephen A is right. Trump is coming everywhere, all over the place. Nowhere is safe from Trump coming. Hide your moms, hide your wives, because Trump is coming. Too Tired says, okay, got a challenge for Jeremy. You and Ryan both watch this and take a shot every time he says coming. Last man standing wins. I'm pretty sure Ryan will win that one since I don't drink. Prenon Corp says, Stephen A. Smith thinks he's smart. He's just gay. Matthew says, how many more players, coaches, refs did this all in the leagues? Otani got off by blaming a translator. Not everyone will be as fortunate. Abigor says, thoughts on the announced Robert Kirkman G.I. Joe Transformers animated film? In the most simplistic way, like hoping for the best, expecting the worst. No problem, Predon Corpse. You're good. Yeah, hoping for the best, expecting the worst. You know, I think the comic run has been fantastic, especially from the G.I. Joe standpoint. The comic run has been phenomenal. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So, but like I've got some, like we've got some stuff too that we're working on. You know, Tree Bear has thrown some stuff together. Let me see if I can find it. How much of this do I want to show you? Because we're still working on some of this stuff. Tree Bear has been working on a lot of stuff for us. Like, look at this design. Dude, this is fucking cool as shit. Like, this is fucking cool. All right. He's got a Cobra Commander IDOT. We're trying to figure out how we can make merch from this, and there's a lot more. But look at that, bro. That is amazing. Like, that is so cool. I love this, man. He's got a lot more. He's got a lot more. There's tons of opportunities. Let me see if there's another one I want to show you. He's got, dude, like, look at this. Hang on. He got a Freddy Krueger. So we got Freddy Krueger. He's got, okay, this is personally one of my favorite ones he's done. Bro. Tell me that's not awesome. That's probably one of the top 3 coolest ones he's done. Freaking awesome. So, and yeah, so there's just a lot of IDOT stuff that we can do. But the first thing you can do is go over and get the IDOT 199 shirt that we have. And that's right there. What's that? What's that? You want to hear Jay's announcement one more time?
Geeks and Gamers fans, this one's for you. Rep your fandom with our brand new merch drop featuring limited edition shirts and an all-new hat that's built for true IDOTs. These won't last long, so grab yours now at ripascend.com before they're gone. Hail the 199.
Absolutely amazing, Jay. Jay, that was great.
Oh man, it was absolutely amazing.
Oh man. Absolutely amazing. Drunk 3PO. Okay, where are we at? Marmelin for 10 says, I mean, anyone who enjoyed wrestling learned how quickly how effed up people were after the Chris Benoit situation. Woo. Yeah, that was a rough time. That was a rough time. Jean the Great says, you know what? We basically have these states that have been screwing up for so long and so hard that they don't know what the F they're doing. Do you understand that? Donald J. Trump, probably 100%. Well, again, if you missed it earlier, we had one of the great, in my opinion, one of the great quotes from Trump to date. This is truly next level right here. So right here, one of my favorite Trump moments ever.
Mr. President, if you are declaring war against these cartels and Congress is likely to approve of that process, why not just ask for a declaration of war?
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country. Okay? We're going to kill them. You know, they're going to be like dead. Okay? Yeah.
Mr. President,
they're going to be like dead. Straight to the point. I switched to Timmy Boy during commercials. All right, we'll fucking go over there again.
Geeks and Gamers fans, this one's for you. Rep your fandom with our brand new merch drop featuring limited edition shirts and an all-new hat that's built for true eye dots. These won't last long, so grab yours now at ripasend.com before they're gone. Hail the 199.
Get the fuck out of here. All right. So anyway, they're going to be like dead President Trump 2025. Marmella says, play it again for, you want me to play it again? All right, fuck it. Here it goes. Oh, that's the wrong clip. Sorry. Here we go. We got it right here.
Geeks and Gamers fans, this one's for you. Rep your fandom with our brand new merch drop featuring limited edition shirts and an all-new hat that's built for true eye dots. These won't last long, so grab yours now at ripasend.com before they're gone. Hail the 199.
I'm not going to do that for you. I'm going to, you know what? I've done enough. Here you go, chat. There you go, chat. There it is. I can't do that. That's just wrong for me to tease that and not give it to you. So there you have it, chat. You're welcome. You're welcome. Enjoy. All right. There you have it. Okay. Everybody's happy now. Everybody's happy now. Marmillan says APL, APL.
What more do you want from me?
All right, there it is. There it is. She's going to sell a ton of IDOT merch. All right, thank you. Hail to you, brother. 2 Penny Puppet says, I've had my CDL for almost 30 years. We take our driving test once in the beginning. However, we can retake our hazmat every 5 years. We can take that test 3 times a day, every day until we pass. Yeah, I mean, years ago, and I don't know what the new rules are now. I mean, I had a CDL license years and years ago. And so I don't know what the rules are now. I don't know, like, if I went to, because mine's obviously I have not updated it, so I don't know what the process would be if I wanted to go get my CDL license again. I don't know if I would have to retake the test or if I would have to just, pay a fee, or I have no idea what the process would be. It's been 15 years since I used my CDL, probably even more than that, actually. So, Doc Hollywood says, Jeremy, what would it cost me to get you to take off the cap so we can see your luscious golden mullet? I kind of want to tie it into like merch sales because that's what I'm trying to grift hard right now. You guys have seen my hair. You've seen this shit. You would have to retake the whole test? Really? Okay. Money is money, Jeremy. Jeremy can shampoo to a bald man. It's gray. It's only gray on the sides. So we want to see it again. Grift better. Holy shit, Jeremy has a mullet. I do have a mullet. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like asking for money to show my fucking hair. That, you know, like fucking shit. Got to do it. I can't get out of this. Chat has spoken. Doc Hollywood for $500. Honestly, like if I could just do this, is this what it's like to be a stripper as a woman? I feel very objectified right now. I feel very objectified. It's all fucked up. There. You happy? I told you I never do anything to my hair. My daughter the other day was like, "Dad, can I fix your hair?" And I'm like, "No." She goes, "Can you please let me do something with that? It looks terrible, and I know it would look good if you just let me do something." And I'm like, "No. I don't want anyone touching my hair." So, yeah. Because my daughter knows how to style hair and everything. And she's like, "Please, it's painful for me to see this shit." She's like, "You got to use this and you got to use that." And I'm like, "I'm just wearing my hat." Because, she had trimmed it up like about a month and a half ago, just a little bit. And she's like, "Can you please like let me actually do?" And I was like, "No," because she goes, "I know it'll look good if you'll let me do this." I'm like, "Nope, not going to do it." So there you have it, though, Doc Hollywood. There it is. Is that better? Let me go like this. Do I have anything? There we go. All right. There we go. All right. Good? It's so fucking weird. All right. Macho Man. I do. You know what? Why not roll with this? I wish I had a brush or something in here. Do I have anything? I would like to like brush it down. So Theo Vaughn. Well, see, this is like, says my whole thing is I always wanted to hide the fact that I have hair, and it's gotten so long that I can't hide it anymore. So now I just like, fuck it. Now I guess the secret's out. So now I'm just going to start wearing my shit like this where people can actually see. Flag Ninja says, "I regret watching this stream now." I guess do you guys want me to like have my daughter like style my hair and then I can actually show you what it looks like when it's actually taken care of? I don't know. We'll see. Thank you, Doc Hollywood, you fucking lunatic. So let's see where we're at. Van says World War II was won by fierce patriots who were terrible in their personal lives. Judge a tree by what it produces, not what others think. Flag Ninja says, never mind. Californians are special. I guess that makes me one too. Phil says, you could take that back. Anna Paulina Luna is perfect in every way. We demand an apology. Flag Ninja says, fig themed hair ties. Do it. Olympian Products is Trucker here. You would have to take a week's long entry level driver training course as well as retake the test in order to get your CDL now. Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's see. Dude, your hair needs a woman's touch. That's the thing though, man. I don't like anyone fucking with my hair. Like I've only let my hair grow out because of I wanted to like basically prove a point to the haters on the internet that they think I'm bald. So Ministry of Wrong thinks this. So this is a Jeremy fans now, huh? Yes. Piano D says the part of Jeremy's hair is being played by a small stunned animal. Ladybug says keep the hat on. Marmilla says mofo out here looking like Doc from Back to the Future. John Wayne says, Jeremy, the ultimate hair grifting opportunity is to set a goal, and when the goal is reached, let the women of G&G do whatever they want with your... Oh, I like that. I like that idea. Okay. I like that idea. Okay. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. So we set a goal. And then in Orlando, we let all the ladies of G&G do whatever. Whether that they'll be able to do whatever the fuck they want. I have no power in that situation. I like that. Bubba Doom says, ma'am, does Jeremy know you're streaming for him? Pretty hair, by the way. Unseen Dimension says, I feel dirty for full screening that. Lord Botha says, not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting Jeremy's long hair to make him look like Alabama Doc Brown from Back to the Future. Sean Living Life says, bro, you look homeless. Never take the hat off. Gerald Armstrong says, Jeremy, it looks like a Geico caveman. Ugly Duckley says, holy cow, with your hat off, you look like Doc Brown. Andrew 32, we just found the sixth member of the Wyatt Six. Flag Ninja says, I regret watching this stream now. Samurai Vader says, going for that Emmett Brown look, it seems. Bart King says, I couldn't sleep, but I wore a MAGA hat while I was bald from chemo. Now that it's over, I'm growing the F out of it. Not as long as yours, but getting there. Flag Ninja says, a fig hair arc building. Cody Gray says, only figs. Haha. What up, brother? Hope all is well. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I gotta get this shit. Like, I can't stand that, man. All right. I gotta go back. That's the way it's gotta be. I can't deal with that shit. Ugh. All right. I gotta keep that shit as hidden as I can. Get it out of my face. Discussing figs is breaking. Gladpool support for popular Mario Kart stream Jeremy Griggs after revealing masculine hairline on live stream for $500. Let's see. Is it Gar Bear 199 says, Jeremy, you need to grift the hair by selling it. Samurai Vader says, recreate the mall scene from Back to the Future. 3 says, try it with the beauty filter. My hair? I don't think that's going to help my hair. Philip Johnson says, Jeremy's hair needs a woman's touch, but see, that's the thing. He ain't into that. He's homosexual. Y'all have learned that by now. Let's see. Kai Guy says, Jeremy shows hair. Sam Neill scream intensifies. Jeremy looks like an aging surfer. Yeah, you know what? Let me see if I have this one picture of when I actually had to do something to my hair. I don't know if I can find it. And this was a few months ago. If I could find this picture. It's going to take a minute. But Doc Hollywood spent enough money, so I'll see if I can find this. But this was after I actually I actually had someone because I couldn't wear my hat where I was going. So I actually had someone do something with it. I don't know where the hell this picture's at right now. So I'll have to look for it later. Maybe on the next stream I'll show you this one. Maybe. Let me see. All right, let's get back on track. We are completely off the rails here. We are completely off the rails. All because of Doc Hollywood, which I respect. Okay? I have no problems. Okay? No complaints whatsoever. Brontonite says, we'll wait for the memes of Super Saiyan 3 long hair and no eyebrows Jeremy or live action Beavis Jeremy, lol. Bastion for 10 says, I want to make fun of your hair, but I have a buzz cut because of bad genetics. I'd be proud to have that. Honestly, I kind of want to, I'm just going to be honest. Now that I've shown you guys, with no bullshit, I kind of want to shave my head and be done with it. I kind of want to get rid of it again. Now the cat's out of the bag, I kind of want to shave it off. Cuz I'm getting close to have to it's this is bad back here. It's really bad. So get a fade, keep it. Please do it. It scared me. Matthew McConaughey and Surfer Dude. What an ugly cat. 3 to 5 minutes to straighten with a hot iron. Well, that's what I had done this one time. I couldn't. So, I had a female family member blow dry. They blow dried it and fucking took a comb and blow dried it. I guess it was a hot iron too. And I'll show you what my hair looked like when they did this. If I find the picture, but this is exactly what my hair looked like when that shit was done. Let's see. This is exactly what my hair looked like right here. Open a new tab. That right there is what my hair looked like when they put a hot iron or a straight iron or whatever the fuck it was called and used a blow dryer. That's what it looked like. So, but that's one time that shit happened. You look like Lex Luger from WWF. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I've been mistaken for Lex Luger in his prime a few times when I went to the beach. I didn't really want to brag about that, but yeah, I took my shirt off and a lot of people were like, you look like prime Lex Luger from the WCW, WWF days. And I was like, I appreciate that. But I mean, I might, Lex was in decent shape, but I was like, it's a compliment to Lex to compare him to me. Hectic says, you look like Beaker from the Muppets when you took your hat off. It's rough. Lex Luger now, probably. You mean Lex Luger now? If you know, you know. That shit's funny as fuck. That's if you know, you know. That is a damn good joke right there. I respect the hell out of that. Okay, so right here, let's get back on track. We're way off the track here. Whoopi Goldberg falsely claiming that Trump's White House renovations are being paid by the people. The ballroom is privately funded. Whoopi is a professional liar.
Mike, I just want to point out that none of those things were done without permission. Everybody knew it was happening. This, nobody knew when it was happening. Nobody knows how it's happening. You say that it's being paid for by other people, but you know it's always going to come down to the people. The people are always going to end up paying something. So I don't understand why you don't get that people are saying, wait a minute, nobody asked. I don't remember asking for a ballroom.
Right. And also to say that Obama put in a basketball court is like saying, oh, should we do bath fit?
These fucking people, they're so out of their minds. They're so broken by Trump derangement syndrome. Good Lord. How do they operate, man? And then this was earlier with Trump. Again, I didn't see his press conference, but right here, this is Trump talking about Barack Hussein Obama.
Frankly, I think it's the same mentality. Let me tell you, Barack Hussein Obama was a lousy president. A lot of bad things happened. Remember when they used to talk about Trump with the jail cells? Well, he built the jail cells for the children. He built those jail cells. Remember that came out? But, sir, they were built in 2014. You remember when that came out? After me going through that stuff for about 2 weeks, and then they found out it was Barack Obama that built those jail cells. No, these people they were bad leaders.
Who built the cages, Joe? Who built the cages, Joe? We all remember that line. That was fantastic. Who built the cages, Joe? Holy shit. Lady Aaron D. Oh man. It's been a hell of a stream. It's been a hell of a stream. So it's been fun though. This right here, I love when Trump does this line right here. Here we go.
IQ, very low IQ. And we don't need low IQ people. We need people that are going to take care. And I love Chicago, and I love those beautiful women, black women, beautiful women wearing MAGA hats. And they're all over the place in Chicago. They want protection. They don't care if it's the National Guard, if it's the Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Marines. They'll take Space Force, okay? Space Force, send them in. They just don't want to be mugged, killed, raped, shot in the head, and we stop it. So we're going to be given a very special, we're going to give Chicago very special care. IQ.
Those beautiful black women. We also had Kid Rock on with Fox News really quick. And I guess they're talking about the ballroom because the ballroom meltdowns have not stopped. They have not stopped at all.
Well, I've heard all the talking points like you have from the left wing, especially the media, which is, this is the people's house. That is correct. That is the people's house. And guess what? We, the people, elected this man overwhelmingly to be in that house. And he's going to build a big, beautiful addition. It's not going to take any of the taxpayers' money to do it. And thank God, if he's going to sidestep a few regulations, which I don't know that to be a fact, but I wouldn't be mad at him. I've built some things and trying to get things done with I can only imagine the regulations if he tried to do it all exactly by the book. It'd be like, all he has to do is say, we're going to put in a gender-neutral bathroom, and they'll be like, oh, we love your ballroom idea.
That's all he needs to do. And then they'll be dancing the night away. Another guy we just saw dancing the night away.
They put a gender-neutral bathroom, and they 100% would go crazy. They would go crazy over there. Like, oh, thank you so much. We also, again, I know what's going to happen in the chat as soon as I bring this up. I know. But we have to at least hear this right now because it's necessary. The problem is, as soon as I bring this individual up, the chat is going to have a lot of negativity. Because we have seen this individual on Fox News so much. Pam Bondi talking about situation with Irina. Here we go.
Yeah, Jesse, we were able to charge that monster with murder on mass transit. That's how we were able to get federal jurisdiction. He has been indicted. And of course, I plan on signing a warrant to seek the death penalty in that case. He had been arrested 14 times, Jesse, as you know, and should have been in jail when he murdered that beautiful, innocent young woman.
I'm glad you're doing that, and he has to face the ultimate justice. We appreciate that.
He does. Somebody said Pam Bondi fatigue, and I absolutely agree with that. I have Pam Bondi fatigue. I'm so sick and tired of her. I really just, I'd be happy to just never see her on, TV again for the foreseeable future. Just like do your job and shut up. Stop talking about it. But Democrats plot impeachment of President Trump because he's constructing a new ballroom at the White House. Please do this, Democrats. Please do this.
But you are allowed to dance the night away during Trump's third inauguration. Kidding. But Hips isn't. He's ready to impeach.
Running the largest pay-to-play scheme in the history of the country and probably soliciting donations from people who've got business before the United States government. And all of this is going to have to be investigated. It will. All of this will have to be uncovered. It will. And these people are going to be held accountable no matter how long it takes.
They're going to impeach the president for the third time because he built a ballroom? Suddenly, Democrats are worried about historic monuments.
Trump said, I'm going to do it. I want my ballroom. If Trump next week began demolition on the Washington Monument to make it more of a Mar-a-Lago looking thing, would Republicans stand up and say anything?
The people who rip down famous statues now care about preserving American history. Since when do Democrats care so much about the White House structure?
This is unbelievable.
They told us the White House was built on racism.
According to the White House Historical Association, enslaved human beings were likely involved in all aspects of the construction, including the carpentry, masonry, carting, rafting, plastering, glazing, and painting.
BLM was trying to burn the White House down.
I know!
Democrats were mad Trump put around a fence. The left doesn't want America to be beautiful.
That right there is a perfect line. The left does not want America to be beautiful. That is extremely on point. That is exactly it right there. They don't want America to be beautiful. They want it to be miserable and ugly and disgusting. You know, I saw a clip earlier. Did I not like this video? I thought I liked this video. Right here, it was a Tucker Carlson clip that I thought was pretty on point. I gotta find it. So I guess Tucker Carlson was doing the whole turning point situation, and so he's filling in for, Charlie Kirk. Many people have filled in, and this one was pretty interesting to watch right here.
Because I remember watching you in 2004 on CNN.
What?
With Paul Begala when John.
I never did that. That's AI, man. I never.
CNN. There was a lot of people don't know you were on MSNBC.
I never worked at CNN.
On Crossfire? Are you like just straight? Really? Are you denying that right now? For real?
Have you heard of AI, dude?
The fact that this guy can't even pick up on Tucker's sarcasm is amazing. He basically thought he had Tucker in. He's like, are you denying this right now? Like, he really thought he had Tucker.
Oh my God. Oh, he's doing it. That's pretty good.
I'm totally kidding.
See,
I did. I've done a lot of shameful things. I'm not going to pretend.
I have one thing in common with you. I'm also long-winded and have a hard time, wrapping up my thoughts. But I don't have your
Find a patient wife. That's my advice.
I don't have your rhetorical skills. You'll definitely, throw a lot of shit my way that I won't be able to counter. But I wonder, for you, like being at CNN, being at Fox, and like you say, you know, you're all against disinformation, but you were, you know, up there with Sean Hannity, just repeating talking points, you know, on Fox News with that Rupert Murdoch and Roger Ailes were just telling you to say. That got the Tea Party started. You can't tell me that you weren't conscious that you were spreading disinformation. In 2020,
wait, hold on. You've already.
I had an example.
No. I'm gonna need. First of all, I never got talking points from Ailes or.
Okay. Well, I'm sure they
Rupert.
didn't directly give them to you, obviously.
Okay. Well, I worked there for 15 years, so if you're interested in like what it was like, I'm happy to tell you as honestly as I can.
Well, it's just.
But let me just ask what disinformation means.
I think disinformation can come across in a lot of.
No, but what is it?
ways.
What is it?
It is purposefully trying to mislead people.
So it's lying.
It can be, yeah, object, yeah. I mean,
I love that Tucker asked this question because there's so many of these cute words that the Democrats and the left have decided to invent to try to get like a different type of emotion out of people. Disinformation is a misinformation, disinformation, all that. It's bullshit. Like it's lying. That's what it is. That's all it is. That's what they're. So just call it what it is. It's lying.
that's an example.
Let's just call it lying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be lying just, oh, that's a lie.
Okay, so we just cut 3 syllables off the word. That's a win.
Okay.
That's a Doge move. We went from disinformation to lying.
All right.
Yeah.
So like, do you not feel like you've been part of contributing to the rise of essentially just people gaslighting each other and just like, what are your
What's gaslighting?
What are your personal convictions? Like, do you sometimes forget what you actually believe versus like what you thought?
How old are you, son?
Too old. I'm old. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I remember. I've seen you for a lot. Like the text.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like when you texted.
Okay. Well,
I can't wait for Trump to. I hate him with passion. Like with a passion. Like you had those came out in court, and that's what you thought. But at the same time, you were actively supporting Trump and the whole 2020 election situation. So that's disinformation right there.
Okay.
I immediately don't listen to people that use the word disinformation because it's such a stupid thing to say, and it shows that you've been programmed by the mainstream media. Just call it lying. I like Tucker's stance on it. So it's called lying.
So you're giving me a lecture about what I think, and I do think.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I promised, in the spirit of Charlie, I would not use profanity from the stage.
It's okay. I'm French. You can shit on me all you want, dude.
Okay. It's called merde, son. Okay, I would rather than tell me what I think or what my experience was. I think it's, and I've done that to a lot of people. I've told people what they think, so I've committed that sin. So I'm familiar with it. I'm not judging you, but I'm just giving you advice. It's more evocative. It's more productive to ask what people think.
That's what I'm trying to ask.
And so you're saying you participated, I think you're saying, in a lot of things that were false and bad for the country. And what do you really think?
Yeah.
So I would answer your
thought process.
I would answer your second question first. I really try to be as transparent as I possibly can. I think you just scoffed in the microphone.
I mean, there was text that came out in court filing.
Would you like to know what that was? Because I'll tell you.
This dude is such an arrogant prick, and this kind of represents like this represents your average leftist. They're not actually looking for a conversation at all. They're not looking for that.
I'm sure everyone would love to know. Yeah, when the Dominion lawsuit.
Oh, you're one of the most annoying people I've ever dealt with. This is why I don't come to college. No, but hold on. I'm gonna no. Hold on. I'm gonna apologize. I just want to apologize for saying that. Okay, so
that's such an honor.
Yeah, I know. My views are like on the internet, and I don't work for anybody but me. I'm in business with my college roommate. I have no incentive to ever lie at all, and I really try not to. I supported the Iraq War pretty vehemently. I supported the nomination of a Supreme Court Justice, Amy Coney Barrett. That was like a huge mistake. Sorry. I think not what I thought she was. I support John Roberts. I support, what's the list of dumb things I've supported in my life? It's very long. I I think I've learned something from those mistakes. I'm happy to admit how dumb they were. I've spent the last 22 years trying to atone for my support for the Iraq War.
I appreciate that. And like,
hold on, I'm not, okay, now you're annoying me again. Not here for your affirmation. So I would say, as to the text specifically, you want to actually know? I mean, are you even willing to hear it? I'll tell you exactly what that was.
He's already explained this, so.
Those were between me and a producer of mine who I really love, who I still am close to. And that was about, it was in January after the election. And Trump was saying, they stole it from me. And I called the White House and I said, I'm totally willing to believe that. I mean, Zuckerberg puts, $400 million into the mechanics of elections. I don't think he's doing that because he believes in good government. Like, what is this? It's clearly their stuff. And I say to the White House, someone specifically at the White House, give me examples. And he says, I have got a great example for you. I've got 7 or 8 dead people who voted. And the beauty of that claim was it's provable because they're death certificates. And we've got the death certificates and we've got the obits, and they voted, and they're on the voter rolls. We know they voted. Well, I mean, talk about slam dunk. I'm not repeating anything I can't prove. I don't trust any campaign, period. I never have, on either side. I just don't trust campaign consultants. They're disgusting. I still think that. But this seemed like a verifiable hit. So I go out there and I say, there's a lot of talk, and you can pull up the tape. There's a lot of talk about, election theft. We're working on it. And I'm working in Fox News, so there's like a lot of, let's find out what happened. But we know that 7 or 10 dead people voted, and here are their names. Miss Wanda Johnson of Sioux City, Iowa, and, Jack Klein of Corpus Christi, Texas, and I'll go through the whole name, and we'll put the obits up. Well, within 25 minutes, a couple of the dead people call CNN to say, we're not dead. And CNN runs this whole thing exposing that I have just made this colossal error on the air. There's nothing I hate more than being wrong and humiliated like that, because I have a staff. We should get this right. And I didn't get it right because it's so easy to check whether or not someone has died that I didn't check.
With that said, it's still obvious as day that 2020 was rigged. You might have had, and Tucker, and again, I like Tucker, but I have to just look at and he's explaining a different situation, so I get it. But 2020 was rigged, 1,000%. It just was. That doesn't mean that what he's talking about didn't happen, and that's fine. But whether this happened or not, from Tucker's perspective, doesn't change the fact that we all witnessed this shit happen in 2020.
And I was enraged. And I was just enraged by the whole thing. And my position was, at the time, if you're going to claim it was stolen, prove it to me. I'm an adult man. I'm not taking anybody's word for anything.
How come you weren't saying these things during, on Fox News?
I did the next day.
And I'm not here to just try to argue with you. I really do think this country's going through some, deeply troubling times.
Wait, what do you mean argue with me? You just said, wait, stop. You just said, stop. No, wait, hold on. You said, why didn't you say these things? And I said, I did the next day on the air, live on Fox News. You're like, oh, yeah, okay, whatever. No,
but you didn't, though.
Check the tape, dude.
The emphasis of your show, the emphasis.
What are you talking about? I went immediately on the.
Okay, fine.
What do you mean it's a cop-out? I was completely wrong. I blamed the Trump campaign for being wrong, when it was partly my fault for taking their word for it, which I shouldn't have done. And the guy who gave me that information, I just ran into. I'm still mad at him. He's still around.
It's just, so you don't take any ownership for devices?
What do you mean any ownership?
You had the #1 rated show in America.
What specifically are you talking about?
You had the #1 rated cable.
I'm aware of that. I hosted it.
Yeah, I know. So you had, I know. So the amount of influence that you carried.
So you don't agree. Look, you don't agree with my views.
No, that's not what I'm getting at. Tucker,
so you're saying my views are insincere?
No, we disagree. Yes, I truly doubt your sincerity, and I think at this point in your career,
then that's your problem.
I'm trying to understand it because it makes no sense. You're worth $50 million.
I'm not worth $50 million.
30 to 50.
Get off the fucking internet, son. Don't stop believing that stuff.
Oh.
$50 million.
Go back to cable news.
Sorry.
No, but I'm just look.
Okay, you're too annoying. You're too annoying. So I like the last chick who like disagreed with me, and then we could have like a normal conversation.
All right.
But you're like telling me you're worth $50 million. What? Stop.
Okay, you got real defensive there. I just read a number that's like a lot of money. Jesus Christ, calm down.
Don't use that phrase.
You're worth.
We're done.
Well, look.
Just stop.
Can I say one?
No, you can't. Not after you say that. Leave.
All right.
I think, I thought Tucker did a really good job. And he had another clip that I watched earlier that he was having a conversation with is this it? I think this is it.
I wanted to ask that
This is
for
a much-
platform that advocates for limited government.
So she's obviously a leftist loony, but she's not as obnoxious as the person we just watched.
We wanted to ask that for a platform that advocates for limited government and personal freedoms, how do you justify the imposition of Christian values and beliefs onto a secular nation that was founded on the separation of church and state?
Well, I guess I don't see a lot of imposition of Christian values. I wish we had a lot more. The country was founded on Christian values.
You wish that we had laws?
I'm sorry?
You wish that our country had laws based on Christianity that would...
All of our laws are based on Christianity. All of them.
And do you think that's a good thing?
Well, it's the essential thing. It's why...
Here's what, and I love everything Tucker it says right here, okay? But here's what the answer would be. So let's go back just a second here, okay? Listen to this.
Laws based on Christianity that would...
All of our laws are based on Christianity. All of them.
And do you think that's a good thing?
You know who thinks it's a good thing? Every single illegal immigrant who wants to be in this country thinks it's a good thing. If it wasn't a good thing, none of you would be trying to illegally enter our country. If it wasn't a good thing, you guys wouldn't be constantly being able to run your mouths and do the things that you do. The fact that you can stand on that stage right there and do what you do means it's a good thing. The fact that so many of these foreigners that live in a real dictatorship that's truly oppressed, the fact that they want to come to this country, oh, shit. Damn it. Sorry, I was chewing gum. The fact that they want to come to this country means what? That they understand that it's the truth, that it is the best land in the world. Fact, end of discussion.
Well, it's the essential thing. It's why we're America. All of our laws are based on Christianity. Not sectarian Christianity, not Protestant Christianity, Catholic Christianity, Orthodox Christianity.
Secular country.
I'm not going to die.
It's not actually a secular country. Have you looked at the dollar bill?
Well, I'm not going to die yet, but we'll see what happens in a couple of weeks.
No, it's not a secular country. Our founding documents have God all over them. In fact, that's the point of our founding documents. I don't know if you've read them. You should.
Do you not believe in the
hold on.
separation of church and state?
Once again, and this is why I do worry about college, because the thought process does seem less rigorous than it ought to be. I'm not arguing against separation of church and state.
It seems like you are. It seems like you want Christian laws on a Christian...
All of our laws are Christian laws. All of them. All of them. There's not one law in this country, in our criminal code, that's not based on a Christian understanding of justice. Let me explain what that is. And I think you'll be glad that you live in a country based on the Christian precept of justice. And here's the difference between East and West, Christian and non-Christian. And Christianity is the only religion that believes that each individual will be judged alone by God. We do not do in Christianity or in the United States, which is based on the Christian understanding of justice, group punishment, period. You can't punish someone's children for the sins of his parents. We don't punish entire populations. We don't kill civilians because we have a Christian understanding of what justice is. We do not do group punishment, period. Every other country on earth outside of Western Europe and the Anglosphere does. You are all through Asia, all through the Middle East. In Russia, traditionally, if the parent does something wrong, the entire family is punished, but not in the United States. Period. Why? Because Christianity, only Christianity, doesn't believe that. It doesn't believe in blood guilt. And I don't know any other religion that rejects blood guilt with the vehemence that Christianity does. So yes, our laws are based on Christianity. You don't have to believe in Jesus to live here. I don't think you should have to believe in Jesus to live here. If that's what you're worried about, I don't think that. I would never advocate for that. But the Christian understanding of what justice is the thing that makes America a country worth living in. Get rid of that, and it's a hellscape. It's Rwanda. It's the Middle East. It's Asia. You don't want that.
If you...
The point being is that the whole reason that you want to be here is because of what this country was founded on. And you want to sit there and reject the very thing that gives you the ability to stand there and run your mouth. These people are fucking retarded. Simple as that. End of discussion. And I'm glad that more things like this are being, shown to more people, because we need to realize how dumb these people are. Like, this is pure stupidity. And I think Tucker does a phenomenal job right here exposing this.
How can you say that you believe in the separation of church and state if you're advocating for a people that is not homogeneously Christian to be following Christian laws?
I guess what I said was our understanding of justice, which is reflected and I hope remains reflected in our legal code, derives from the Christian understanding of justice, which is far superior to any other religion's perception, understanding of justice. And that's one of the reasons that people who are not Christian move here, because they agree that collective punishment is immoral. It's totally immoral. It's why what's happening in Gaza is disgusting. It's why what's happening around the world is disgusting, because a whole group is identified as guilty, and Christians do not believe that is possible. Groups can't be guilty. They can't be saved collectively. Every person stands alone before God and is judged on his behavior and his belief, period. And our legal code reflects that. So you can't fire the kids of someone who gets arrested for something, okay? You don't have to be Christian to think that's a good thing. That's what human rights are. Where do you think human rights come from? Christianity. Why was slavery abolished? Christianity. Why?
Slavery was perpetuated by people making arguments from the Bible.
Well, for sure. Lots of bad things have been perpetuated by people making arguments from the Bible. But in the end, it was eliminated because Great Britain eliminated it on Christian grounds. And Great Britain, not any other country. And lots of other countries were deeply involved in the slave trade, as you know. But one Anglo-English-speaking Christian country with a head of state who was also the head of the church, it didn't have separation of church and state, Great Britain eliminated slavery on Christian grounds. And those grounds were really simple. Each person is created by God and his rights are inalienable because they're delivered not by the state, but by God. And
I think the easiest way to look at this is to go, if this country, based on Christian values, is so bad, why do all of these immigrants want to come to America? I wish that someone would just ask one of these lefties that question. If it's so bad, and if it's such a problem, then why do all of these immigrants want to come to America? Can you answer that question for me? And you know what? They can't answer that question, or they won't want to answer that question.
that is reflected in our Bill of Rights. And you don't want to live in a country that doesn't have that. And you guys are so brainwashed.
Church and state. What is that then?
Separation of church and state is a concept that I strongly support. And it means that unlike traditional Western countries, every country in Europe, for example, the church is not part of the state. So the head of state in all European countries, Scandinavia, all the way east, the head of the country was also the head of the church. And the church got government funding, tax dollars went to the church, the schools are run by the church. This is true in my ancestors' native countries, Sweden and Great Britain. It was true in every European country. And the people who founded this country, who were 100% Protestant Europeans, 100%, They grew up under that, and they're like, we're not going to do that. In this country, you have the freedom to worship any God you want. And that was unique at the time. It is still unique, actually. Germany banned Scientology. I'm not a Scientologist, obviously, but I don't think you should ban a religion. I don't think a government's allowed to do that. And in my country, the government can't do that because that right to worship any God you want is enshrined in our Constitution because the people who wrote it were Christians. Duh.
He's cooking.
Go.
No,
and I'm not, look, obviously you're against, I mean, we probably agree on a lot, actually. I don't think the government should be funding churches. It totally corrupts the churches. And by the way, I know from watching really closely that when preachers get too close to politicians, they become corrupt. It's disgusting. It's an offense against God. I don't like it. I don't spend any time with those people. I actually deeply dislike them. And by the way, for the record, Jesus disliked people like that too. He spent the entire New Testament yelling at them. So I don't want just speaking for myself as a Christian, I don't want my leaders of my specific church sucking up to politicians or taking their cues from any temporal authority, period, ever. So I'm totally for separation of church and state. But you can't separate out the Christian understanding of justice from the creation or the Christian understanding of the rights of man, of people, human rights we call them now. Where do those come from? They don't come from Shintoism, they come from Christianity alone. And I'm sorry nobody told you that.
I love that he said, I'm sorry no one told you that. It's such a perfect way to get the point and also kind of dunk on her at the same time, where it's like, I'm sorry no one told you that. It's beautiful. It's fantastic.
If we have this country that is so diverse religiously.
Yep, we do.
Yes, how do you justify to those people who are not Christian when you're trying to back policy based on, using the Bible as justification or using Christianity as a justification for things that are moral, for things that are not the same that everyone believes in?
Well, you've got a broader problem here, and I will take your question seriously because I think it's a serious question. You have a problem in any country where there's no working majority of people who...
Whoa. She is not an IDOT. She is not an IDOT. An IDOT is someone that watches this channel. She is not an IDOT. She is an actual idiot. We are IDOTs. She is not an IDOT.
Share something in common. And we have that now because of immigration. And if there's anything that will destroy the country, it's that. You need to have a shared sense of something. It can't just be, we love the gays, that's enough. It's not enough. That's not enough, whether you love the gays or not. That's not like a reason for a country to hold together.
Do you think the reason should be that the majority of the country will be Christian in your ideal America?
I can tell what classes you attend here in college. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. A lot of soft liberal arts classes I can tell, but
See, that's the same line I have with people in the chat. Were like, I can tell who you watch on the internet just by the one line that you'd say. I can tell who you watch.
I would say no. I'm not saying that. I don't think there should ever be a religious test for office, for example. But I think if we can't agree as a nation that collective punishment is immoral, whether we believe in Jesus or not, whether we're Christians or not, if we can't agree on that, and that really is the difference between the United States and the rest of the world. People believe in collective punishment. They're like, your family, your tribe, your race, they're all guilty. And we reject that out of hand because this country was founded by Christians who understood the world in Christian terms. And if we can't agree that that's a good thing, then we're going to have a civil war. And I know what side I'm going to be on. I'm going to be on the side that opposes collective punishment. That is so immoral. Are you for collective punishment?
I'm not for collective punishment.
Okay.
I'm just against people using religion to defend their political views, when religion should not be a part of the political process.
Okay, well, I kind of agree. I don't think that's a crazy thing to say. I think maybe we're talking past each other. If someone comes out and is a secular leader of your state and says everyone has to believe what I believe, I'm totally opposed to that. Even if I agree with the sentiment, even if it's like a Protestant Christian like I am.
I think that's a lot of what's happening in this country with people using religion to justify.
I think if you don't like the fact that America is a Christian country, then you can get the F out. And no one's stopping you. I think you have the right to leave and go wherever you want. I think you have very much the right to do that.
To justify their stance against abortion, against LGBTQ rights,
Oh
against trans
boy,
rights.
here we go.
People are using religion.
May I just suggest something? No, of course I'm very familiar with your argument, but I've never seen religious fanaticism like I see among the abortion enthusiasts. I mean, from my perspective, it's so obviously a child sacrifice right. There's no point at all. There's no, the number of like unintended pregnancies in an age of like universally available free birth control is probably pretty low. And they happen, okay? But the enthusiasm, the wicked, gleeful enthusiasm that people have.
And he's right about that. And he's going to make a point. And I agree with like, this is the thing with the left, and this is what the left always does, okay? They always do this. They take something, and if you give them any leeway on it, they then decide to try to overrun you with it. So like the idea is, oh my gosh, if a woman gets raped and it's awful situation, or if there's a incest or rape or, health of the mother, like that we should be able to, abort for these, extreme reasons. And there was leeway giving on that. And then the left decides, oh, well, it's my body, my choice. I can get an abortion if I want. I can get an abortion just because I feel like it, because I'm not ready to be a mother, because I have a career, or because I don't have money, or because that's not why. You said it was because of the health of the mother or extreme circumstances. And then it turns into this, and it goes back to the oh, well, we just want to be gay and be in love. And it's like, now it's to the point where not only is that, now it's like everywhere. Now we want to be gay in the streets, and we want to dance in front of children. And if you tell us we can't, you're a bigot. We want to paint gay flags everywhere. Everything has to be gay now. And it's like, hold on. You just said you wanted to, have your significant other and be accepted. Now you've turned it into every fucking thing on the planet has to be gay. This is what the left does every single time.
Enthusiastic.
Oh, shout your abortion? I think there's some enthusiasm. Yeah. Putting an abortion truck outside the Democratic Convention, there's a lot of enthusiasm for it. And to make that like the one thing you'll never bend on, because I kind of believe the my body, my choice thing. I really thought that's what it was about, like bodily autonomy. And then,
that's what it's about.
Really? So where were you on the COVID vax?
Oh! Back it up one more time.
My choice thing. I really thought that's what it was about, like bodily autonomy. And then,
that's what it's about.
Really? So where were you on the COVID vax? Right? It's not about that.
The fact that he didn't even let her answer makes it even more beautiful, because we didn't need you to answer, because your stance has already told us what your answer was. We already knew what your stance was based on the other shit that you've spewed.
It's not about that. And what it's about is killing. It's about killing and the thrill that people derive from killing another human being and the power they feel when they kill. And that's what people love.
That's a real argument
It's
that you're making.
absolutely
No, it's not an argument,
what
it's
it is.
reality.
It's absolutely what it
I've
is.
seen it. And I've seen it when people plan wars. I've actually seen that happen. And I've seen it when people in power like show videos of them killing people with drones or whatever, and they get so high from it. Like there's no greater thrill than extinguishing life, because that makes you God. And I think that's the most evil thing there is. And one of the greatest temptations that people have is to kill because it makes them feel powerful. And we are so disconnected from the basic realities of the world. We're so like socialized that we don't see that the elements are never changing. Like killing makes people feel powerful. Killing your own child makes you feel like I'm in charge.
I would argue that that is why we invest so heavily in our military in this country.
I agree. I totally agree with that. I completely agree with that. I think $1 trillion is I'm like, what is that? Okay. How many wars have we won in the last 80 years? I'm waiting. I'm thinking around 0. So yeah, no, I totally agree with you. But abortion is murder, obviously, and everyone knows that.
I mean, we have the strongest military on the planet for a reason, and no one's going to fuck with us if we have a leader like President Trump. So, you know, I think our military needs as much budget as they want. And if we have the right leader, you know, which we do right now, no one's going to fuck with us.
And people are so into it because it's the same ritual that every civilization ever been studied has engaged in, which is human sacrifice. Obviously, why did the Incas, and it wasn't just the Incas.
Somebody says Trump is way old, dude. Excuse me? Did you say Trump is way old?
I just feel like a young man. I'm so young. I can't believe it. I'm the youngest person. I am a young, vibrant man. I look at Joe. I don't know about him. I don't know. Macho man, yeah.
Young, vibrant man. 6'3", 215 pounds, alpha male, elite athlete, physical specimen. Could be the UFC heavyweight champion, but he decided to make America great again.
It was my ancestors, the Vikings, all of them killed people in order to appease the gods and give themselves more power.
Abortion isn't ritualistic.
Are you joking? They had an abortion truck outside the Democratic Convention. Well, you're here, maybe you could get an abortion. No, it's the most crazed level of fanaticism I've ever seen. Like when I was a kid, they would say, well, you know, there's probably some 12-year-old farm worker child who got raped and she's pregnant. Like, would you say to her she has to carry the baby? And I'd be like, oh, that's so sad. I can't, ugh. It makes me really sad. And like, I don't think she should have an abortion, but I get it. Now it's just like, no, abortion is the only right you have. It's all you have. You don't have the right to keep you from jabbing a needle in your arm with some unknown poison made by Pfizer. You don't have that right. You don't have the right to say what you really think. The only right you have is to murder your own kids? That's dark, dude. Listen to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the saddest thing that could ever happen. Killing your children? The only thing in life, and I'm telling you this as a young person, with the greatest sincerity, I mean this as a father of 4, the only thing that matters is not your stupid job at Citibank. Trust me, it doesn't matter. All that matters is having children, and your children are all that will matter to you. I don't care what you say. I've lived it. I know that's true. And so anyone who's like, oh, just kill your children. You know, I feel like a lot of the problems, I'm sorry, Brookie, to upset you. Sorry. It's my dog. I don't yell at home. But no, I think it's just grotesque. It's shocking that this happens. And everyone's like, sorry. There's nothing more entitled than a female Springer Spaniel, sorry. Anyway, it's the saddest thing, and to hear people like, I know 1 million people have had abortions. I don't know one who's happy about it, you know, and they're really sad about it, and it's awful.
Because it's not something that people take joy in, it's something that people do out of necessity.
No,
I think you're out of touch if you think it's a ritualistic thing.
Of course it's a ritual. How many abortions are there in this country every year?
And it's a matter of human rights, as you said, and it's a matter...
There's no human right to kill people, dude. Sorry. In fact, killing people is the enemy of human rights. The human right is to live.
Not a person.
It's not a person. Okay, it's not a person. But everybody knows it is. It's just so dumb. It's not a person. It's like they won't. Why don't we show a video of an abortion? And let's see if you can sit through it. And you would feel sick to your stomach. You have, oh, okay, maybe you liked it.
I grew up in a church that thought it would be...
No, I don't. I'm sorry I said that. No, I'm sorry. No one wants to talk about the details, ever. And the most horrific things in life, including a lot that happens in war, including transgender surgeries, definitely including abortion, it's all couched in abstract ideological terms which are designed to prevent you from facing what's actually happening. A human being is being beheaded with a knife inside a woman. And that, if that beheading didn't take place, that would be a person, a human being, who maybe would go on to lead some screwed up life, maybe wouldn't, but it's not up to us. We don't get to kill people simply because they're in the way, period. And if you can kill children who are in the way, you can kill the elderly who are in the way, and in the end, they'll be killing us who are in the way. You can't do that.
Cooking, man. Cooking. He's so on point. So again, I wanted to show you guys those couple of clips because I thought they were really, really good. And Tucker's just crushing it, man. He really is. So let's see here. Some of the comments from me earlier. Kingdom Hearts Gamer says, you look like Raymundo from Rocket Power. Mod Eric says, Jeremy, you misunderstood. They were saying you look like Lex Lugie. Craig Morning says, can we shut up about the hair? This is some seriously gay shit. Hey, I got a $500 super chat for it. So I had to. Pack Radis says a hair tax goes to your daughter. Flag Ninja says it sucks that Whoopi Goldberg played. Let's see. On the Next Generation. I forgot about that. Flag Ninja. Thanks for reminding me. Alex Eric says paralyzed and I can manage my hair or manage my longer than your hair. My what? I don't want to know the answer. Forest Beyond the Tree says, wait, you had a CDL license? Forget the content house. I'm surprised you're driving. I'm surprised you're driving a content semi truck to meet up for people to game in the truck trailer. You could take meetups anywhere. I actually tried to do, I thought about doing that years ago when I first started Geeks and Gamers. Marvelous says every lefty tardo brings up separation of church and state and doesn't understand the context for it. It was to make sure the church was not regulated, controlled by government like it was. None of them understand it because they're retarded. Taker says your hair looks like an overgrown vine. Toddy says if a dim did ballroom, they'd worship Return of JFK Camelot. Alex Arrowcase says ex-cop doesn't like Tucker because of this clip. Glenn Jones says they are coming to destroy the West, not for a better life, invaders. Rye Bread says she's not an idiot. She's speaking CCP color revolution talking points. Don't overlook that. CG says that phrase doesn't show in the Constitution or other founding documents. It's in the letter between Thomas Jefferson and Danbury Baptist Association, 1802. BC Man says woke SJW fails and stupidity. Glenn Jones says, is it because the left have no moral compass, no moral bedrock? It's because the left has like, these people have been lied to so much that they have no concept of what reality is anymore. That's really the truth of it. And it's like Tucker said in there, like, I'm sorry no one ever told you this. They have been lied to so fucking much, dude. And so those lies just get repeated and repeated and repeated. And the mainstream talking points, they repeat them. Hollywood repeats them. Leftist politicians. Then they buy up athletes and they buy up pop stars and all this shit and they repeat it. It's what happens. Richard Simmons says Jeremy is growing his hair out because he loves it when it gets pulled from behind. Matt Frog says, what the F are these new take a break alerts from YouTube? No, I don't want to take a break. Yes, I will watch 9 hours of YouTube. That's like a Netflix thing. Didn't Netflix add that? CG says she sounds brainwashed and vaccinated. And we're at 3 hours. I told you guys we're probably gonna have a 3 hour one. Okay. Hot Fart Fernando says Jeremy should get an HOA fine for his hair. It may be gone now that I've shown it. Doc Hollywood. Now I can get rid of it. Now I can shave this mop off of my head and be done with it. I don't have to worry about, all the other bullshit. So, I said 4. I didn't say 4. Yeah, I gotta record videos for the main Geeks and Gamers channel. Okay. I gotta record videos. We'll see. We'll see what happens though. I don't know. Jeremy never celebrates properly on Tuesday night's main event. That's where you send all the money though, Laughing Man. All right, Laughing Man. I'll honor your super chats on main event next week. All right, for the proper celebrations. I never promised those on Geeks and Gamer streams though, but you know I work for you, so celebrate now. Well, I played the $500 when you dropped. What do you want me to drop now? You know what? Just for Laughing Man. Just for Laughing Man. There. You happy, Laughing Man? Is the chat happy? I didn't even grift Laughing Man. I didn't even ask Laughing Man for a super chat. I just decided to share it because I am a respectable person. I'm a nice person. Okay? How about that one, Laughing Man? You okay with that one? Does that make you happy? Okay. Now they're all thinking Laughing Man in the chat.
I'm so happy you love the first drop of my collection of Frankie's bikinis. We have more dreamy pieces coming our way, so tap to sign up for early access so you can get more information.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
Come on, baby. Come on. I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Beautiful white paint. It's coming down at 10,000 miles an hour. It's coming down at levels of speed that nobody ever even conceived of. Where it's rough, but it's coming and now it's turned around. It turns around and it's coming and it's gonna, I said, oh, because you see at that bottom, this section right here, that sucker's, oh.
Thank you for the last minute grifter tax. I appreciate it. Make sure you go over to Ripasend. It's in the pinned post. Check out the merch. It ends on November 7th. When it's gone, it's gone. That's it. More stuff will come out, but this will be gone. And the only way you can get it back is if you make me feel like you're going to buy more of it and then we can re-release it. But these 4 items that we have will be gone on November 7th. And then we're going to drop even more. So go over to Ripasend, check them out over there. And, of course, don't forget, geeksgamers.com, new website, rocking and rolling over there. I'm actually going to work on a video from this article right here for Geeks and Gamers. Denim Nerd source says that Disney CEO Bob Iger intentionally made Kathleen Kennedy the scapegoat for Star Wars. Spoiler alert, I disagree completely with this topic. And I'm going, and I have nothing against Josh. I know Josh. Like, we've been on a few streams together, but fuck Kathleen Kennedy. All right. She does not deserve to be anything other than labeled as the person that killed Star Wars. So I'm going to make a video for that for the main Geeks and Gamers channel. Thank you for the last minute grifter tax. Uber driver of the apocalypse is Sydney. So tight. You got to call the city to get in. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Hail to the chat as always. Thank you guys. Have a great evening, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.